Hi, it's Reen time. It's time for Reen and also his friends who are now actually back, finally. We're gonna have a full party for once. Wild shit. We don't yet. We have 3 people out of 4. And that's just, you know, to actually have a full party in battle. Not even the maximum in general. But it's something. It's close enough. It works. And therefore I'll count it. But yeah. Just gonna get going. I'm just gonna pop it open and up to God. It functions. You know, it works fine generally. It just doesn't really like my controller, so I can't do that anymore. Even though I really wanted to, you know, take the opportunity to just try that out, maybe. But that's fine. Obviously, why would it ever not be? I would love if OBS would detect the window. There it goes. Thank God. Let's fucking go, baby. There we go. It had to take its time. It happens to the best of us. Yeah, we just got Machias, and we know where... Well, he knows where a couple of the others are. Fee and... I honestly forget who else.
It's good to be able to travel with you like this again.
Yeah, I've missed you, Machias.
Aww. Sweet. He's got a nice new portrait. I like that. Looking good. I do want to check to see, it was cute, yeah, to go straight to the note. I want to see... Oh, you know what? I could probably access the road out if I want to see... No, that was West Highway. I can't do that. I've already tried fishing a couple times and I didn't get anything new.
Let's wrap this up. It's my turn.
You actually get to try him out.
Sure thing.
Not that he's gonna be any different.
Let's move.
But yeah, I do have a fish to find already. Right, I was gonna check also if I have all the monsters registered. Which I believe I do. But,
I'm up.
worth a check.
Let's move.
What worries me is there are rarer monsters like the Acerbic Tomato from the last game.
Too slow.
And that was basically the only one that was difficult to find. I got lucky on it, but it really didn't appear that often. So... Easter Highway. Chaotic Highway. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We should be set to just go back to town. Not that I expected there be anything new to get when we, you know, spent the last however long of last stream exploring. Chaotic it is. Not dangerous for us to be spotted here together at all. Don't need to disguise this or anything. Well, we made it back to town, but the hard part starts here. We'll have to be very careful not to be noticed. Wow, I'm surprised how different you look without your glasses. No one seemed especially suspicious of us when we were walking around, but I guess you can't be too careful. Give him your glasses. As the Imperial Governor's son, I'm gonna be higher up on the wanted list than most, and key reformers figures are being arrested one after another. There's really no such thing as being too cautious in this situation. It's weird that taking off your glasses makes you look that different, though. They're just glasses. Eyes are one of the most distinguishing human features. Using glasses to your advantage is a solid plan. How's your vision, though? Less than ideal. Oh, Machios. Well, we'll warn you if you're about to walk into any lampposts. Okay, let's have a look around town. Aw, classic, thank you. Actually, Otto's probably back by now. How about we go pay him a visit? Have we been gone that long? That sounds like a good idea. I want to let him know we were able to reunite, too. Whatever, let's just hurry it up. So true, Celine, so true. Fuck these boys having their fun little conversation. Ever played Vampire Survivors? I have not. Do I wanna... I probably want to talk to everyone in town again. Just in case they have a book for me. Guess it's almost time to go out on patrol. How did I end up with this job? I suppose there's always a chance I'll get to make a name for myself by finding those Class 7 kids. Heh, as if. There's no way any of them would be in Keldic. Hey, spare a thought from me. I'm stuck requisitioning goods from commoners. We're in the midst of a war. I want to be out there on the battlefield making a name for myself. I'm pretty sure this is their dialogue from when we were here before. $4 seemed pretty fun. Kind of rough at the start, but gets easier after a bit. Interesting, interesting. That market manager is a nuisance. He certainly seems to have an issue with us, considering the number of times he's come by to make an appeal. Don't let him give you any ideas. We're the ones protecting you from the Imperial Army, not him. I might consider. Can I, like, once again, buy just the new... He gave me this. He forced me to buy it. In a cutscene. But you can just, like, buy more? For some reason? I don't really understand it, but I guess it's fine. $5. Ah, yeah. What's going on over here? Jake's way too fast, but I'm not letting him get away today. Yes, Queen, get him. Crap, that was close. Susie's got way more stamina than she used to. Too bad she's still got nothing on me when I'm serious. Gonna be jacked when she's older. She's gonna be a top fighter. All time. Gotta get up in 8 hours. Got a tournament to play in the morning. Get some sleep. I mean, I get it though. I normally get like 6 hours. Which isn't that bad. But you know. I wouldn't have been able to make this shop a reality without the market manager's help way back when. He's also the one who told me to always stay true to my craft. Never took any words more to heart than those. That's why all this talk about convenience and speed just rings hollow to me. I always have the worst time sleeping if you have any stress about things in the morning. That's fair, that's fair. Felt that. I need to exchange first. Yeah, there we go. Not a lot, but you know. It's something. You don't have... Yeah, I already checked here. He doesn't have the any of the set accessories. Especially traveling. Yeah. It sucks to know you have to go somewhere in the morning. Especially if it's time sensitive. Megalith does kind of tempt me. Because if I can get to the proper level for all the bonuses in Cold Steel 3, that'd be nice. Although I think there might not be any bonuses. There's like a disconnect between 2 and 3 since they switched platforms, I believe. 'Cause this was originally Vita? I don't know. It's a lot of money, but I'm kinda not buying anything else. Sure. I'll have the option. You traveled with your sister is last time knowing how you are. Stayed up and took the first trip and switched off driving after like 40% of the way when you're going to New York in the summer. Fair. Yeah, get it over with and then get some sleep for the rest of the way. I get that. How does Machias's gear compare to the stuff we have? Yeah, I do want to get his new weapon and upgrade it, ideally. Only visiting family? That's fair. Otto's finally returned from making his appeal. Doesn't seem like he had much luck, unfortunately. These are tough times for sure. Perm! You don't have a perm, but it sure is your name. Otto's finally returned. Oh, perhaps we should crack open one of the top-shelf whiskeys to alleviate his tiredness? Nice try, but you obviously just want to drink it for yourself. I'll put some tea on instead. I'll just have to make do with that. You always were a pushing one, my boy. The main issue is that you're far too lax. I don't envy you. The market manager's been making appeals to the provincial army over and over since this war broke out. He's yet to get through to them, though. The least I can do is make him some tea. Good dude! Probably largely irrelevant for the rest of the game, but you know, he's a good dude. And because he hadn't been in a few years and Grandpa's getting up there and use. Yeah. You knew that felt like you're not even there because it's the mom's family that include us. Ooh. That just sucks. Hello, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you again. Is your business all taken care of now? Well, if it isn't young Green. I'm pleased not much has changed with you. I'm relieved to see you've successfully met up with Machias, too. We haven't seen you since April, but you seem to be doing well for yourself. Machias told us that they were able to hide out here thanks to your help, too. Indeed, it's all thanks to you and the townsfolk. You don't know how much you've helped me. Think nothing of it. I'd say it was more due to your resolve that things worked out so well. I have to say, I certainly wasn't expecting to see Toval with you. I know it hasn't been that long since my last visit, but I couldn't keep myself away. By the way, you mind if we swap info since we're all here? Please. I need to know what's going on. Felt like that for many years, but Mom's sister's hadn't felt that full this year. Rather safe face all there. Yeah, that's fair. Confrontation is, yeah. How could such an awful thing happen in Ymir? I thought things were bad here in Celtic, but by the sound of it, we're getting off relatively easy. No worries. I get it. It helps that Guerrilla has become the main war zone at this point. Of course, that just means things are horrible for everyone over there rather than here. Rumor is that the Noble Alliance is dominating this war, but the Imperial Army has been holding their ground. Word also has it the soldates at Twin Dragon's Bridge have yet to successfully penetrate their line of defense. Interesting. You should probably expect as much when you're talking about one of the Imperial Army's strongest divisions. We could definitely do with more info on what's going on over there, but I guess we'll have to wait for the others to calm. Just never bring up any circumstance. I mean, it's... like... it's good to talk about that with someone outside of the family in general, though. Because obviously it's hard to talk about that with them. Yeah, we'll have to find something else to do until then. Yeah, it's still a good policy to not try them on Twitch, though. So I get you. Oh, I know. Is there anything we can do to help out around here? We'd like to repay both you and the townsfolk for all you've done. Now seems like the perfect chance. That's a good plan. There are some matters I'd like assistance with. I can list off some things if you're willing to help. Quests, quests, quests. Please. 2 requests. Herbal remedies. 2,000 Mira, please. I need that. Okay, just need to find an herb. I assume monster drops, that kind of thing. Munch no more. Ooh, we're getting some good payouts from this. 3,500 total. Reach dangerous monsters appeared on Celtic Highway, where Stati's been munching crops. I'd like to request its speedy extermination for the sake of farmers everywhere. I really want to go out in the West Celtic Highway, and I might be able to. Oh, you know what? There might be a fish out there on the plateau area. It's weird that it's earlier in the list, you know? Makes me a little worried. I almost want to check. You know, load up a guide and then just, like, try to avoid spoilers. I mean, GameFAQs guides are generally pretty alright about that. So this one is required, but the boss isn't, which is neat. I think we can handle these just fine, personally. Should I talk to you, Jack, and regret it soon, because it's still conscious of decision, but still put your bit out that, yeah. Yeah, let's do what we can to help make life easier for everyone. By making life harder for yourselves? I'll back you guys up if you need it. It's very kind of you. It's very kind of you to help us out like this. Also, remember to watch yourselves. I dread to think of what would happen if the provincial army realized who you were. I feel kind of bad now. It's normally up to bracers to handle requests like that, but no need to feel bad. We wanted to help. We're honorary bracers at this point, honestly. He's right. Helping one another out is the best way to move forward. Thanks a bunch. I guess there's a reason you guys managed to survive Sarah's field studies, huh? Well, we certainly have some experience under our belt, thanks to them. Can I just say I'm not a fan of how willing you are to take on even more work? You're probably gonna have to get used to that sooner or later. That aside, Sarah will be pretty pleased knowing how hard you're all working right now. Well, if you're gonna be doing the work, how about I observe you doing it on behalf of the guild? You can do that? What exactly does that entail? Nothing special, really. It's just how we do things. Keeping tabs on everything you've done will mean I can hand a nice big report over to Sarah as well. Ooh, shit. So that's how they contextualize their reports in this game. I see. Can't see any reason to turn you down. Yeah. Gonna try and sleep? Hope you can rest. Good night, and thanks for hanging out. Having our work overlooked by Toval's a bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. We're probably better off for getting the ranks we got from the academy. It's back to basics for us. Reset to B7. Why is it still called a student rank at this point? Thank you for the hydrate. I will. Academic points. Again. I know we haven't graduated, technically, but like, still. Yeah, I am gonna actually check a fish guide. Let's see. Gold, steel, 2, GameFAQs. Legend of Heroes, Gold Steel, Trails of Gold Steel 2. Guide and walkthrough. Skip through everything so I don't get spoilers until I get to the very end. Fishing list. Yes, please. Okay. Right. Okay. Fish. It's between the swordtail and the great crab. Costigan. Swordtail. Fighter. East Trista Highway 1. Oh, yeah, we did pop over there real quick. There are a couple places where you can find it, though. So I'm not fucked if I can't get back over there. But I probably will be able to. I imagine I'm gonna have roughly free reign right now, even though I don't have a quest over there. I do need to find out if there is a hidden quest here. Sup, Machias? You sure you should be hanging around town? We should be fine for now. Thanks for relaying that message. Everything worked out thanks to you. Yeah, I owe you some thanks too. Meeting up with everyone would have been a lot harder without your help. Nah, it's cool. I even got some spare change from Otto for it. You're one sly kid, that's for sure. Just try and keep stuff like that to the minimum, alright? No, I think he's allowed. That's great. That's great for him. Don't mess this up now, you hear? Doing business in Heimdall is tough enough as it is. The last thing I need is you screwing up and making things even worse for me. No worries, I'm well aware. See you next month, old man. See you then. I managed to get my stock together thanks to Heinz. All that's left now is to make sure it all sells out. I'm very pleased with how things went today. Marco certainly got more proficient at doing business. Of course, if he thinks I'm gonna let him show me up, he's got another thing going. So they're rivals now. They're friendly rivals. That's really nice, honestly. Phew, managed to make it in time. There aren't too many trains running these days, so I really can't afford to miss one. I even got to see Otto on the way here, too, so I can leave without regrets. Hell yeah. What do you got? The battle over at the border certainly has been going on for a while. How long has it been now? 3 weeks? How frightening. Even more so when you consider the fact that Kelda could get caught up in the crossfire at some point. It is relatively close to Trista's problem. Which is not necessarily a battleground per se. They've kind of taken care of it. But they don't like that place, I don't imagine. A lot of Imperial fans over there. We had to run away because the fighting reached our hometown. Where's Daddy? Oh no, son, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm glad we were able to escape, but I've been separated from my husband. I hope he's alright. We did find somewhere to stay for the night, too. I'm surprised that's not a side quest. More evacuees arrived today. Seems like the fighting's really going on something fierce on the other side of the Twin Dragons Bridge. Here's hoping we can at least be of some help to them now that they're here. It might be that we can find the husband and then he's like, oh, you met my wife and child? Something like that. That market manager's a nuisance. Oh, yeah, okay. Read that. They don't have anything new for me. It'd be funny if I got a quest from them. Oh, well. It would have been funny. Check the market in a bit. I just want to make sure I've talked to everyone here. I already talked to you, right? I think so. Yeah, I just did. It's terrifying knowing that... Oh, right, yeah. Wait, no, I have not read that. It's terrifying knowing that a battle's taking place so close by. I'm not particularly confident in the provincial army's dedication to keep us safe, either. You shouldn't be, they suck. I wouldn't have been able to... Yeah, you've told me that already. So yeah. I got into another argument with my old man the other day. I tried to tell him that getting an orbital furnace would increase our output and let us lower prices. But of course, he kept insisting that a regular coal-based furnace is more efficient. Probably just being stubborn because I'm the one suggesting it. Hey, you should get, like, an orbital furnace. It would help you a lot. It's a lot better than coal. They both say the same things. Yeah. How about you? Didn't talk to you earlier. Hey, did you know that Jake and Susie bumped into a soldier while they were arguing? That's why I'm keeping an eye on them, to make sure it doesn't happen again. Why do they have to cause so much trouble for me? I don't... I should just go in here and get the info. Wrong button. It's, yeah, there we go. Oh, I see your search bore fruit. And thank ideas for that. I'm sorry I kept you and Becky in the dark for so long. I was worried that you would have gotten hurt if the army found out you've been in contact with us. Oh, please, you needn't apologize. I can't exactly complain about you trying to keep us safe, can I? I'm so happy for all of you. Here, take some of these to celebrate. Ooh. 3 holes to your ball? Damn. Ooh, church medicine. Wait, are you trying to tell us something here? Not at all. I just thought that it would be a good idea to start studying medicine while I'm here helping out. I made those myself, in fact. I hope they'll be helpful. Trust me, they will. Thanks. There's something so angelic about her smile. Don't think I'll ever get tired of looking at it. Probably should have kept that thought to yourself there, lover boy. So true, Celine. I hope the little plot with her learning how to make medicine continues in the later games. I want to see her more often. It'd be really funny if we got to bring her into our party at some point and fight. I just generally want that to happen with the other academy students. Celtic's hanging in there, but I'm not sure the same can be said for any of the other towns. I've heard talk that the Alliance is using Trissa as a defensive base. What's more, they've supposedly got Thor's Military Academy's principal, Van Dyke, locked up there. How awful. I hope that everyone there is managing to get by. Yeah, okay. It's real bad. It's real bad over at Thor's. I have to admit, I never thought I'd hear such a compelling sermon in a backwater church like this. The priest said the first step to overcoming one's worries is accepting that they exist. You know what? He's right. You can really rely on the Septian Church in times like these. That's good advice. We're so grateful for Rosine's help. We're starved for people right now, and I don't know what we'd do without her. But as good as she is with dealing with others, I can only imagine she's wrestling with worries of her own. Especially with the way the soldiers here have been acting. We need to be especially careful around them. She's honestly, insofar as being a Thor's Military Academy student, not that they care about the non-Class 7 ones as much. She's doing pretty well for herself in, like, having a job here and an entirely different uniform, you know? Good job being undercover. Oh, hello there! To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? The market manager mentioned that the church has been lacking in medicinal herbs lately. We'd like to see if we can help out in any way. Really, that's kind of you all. Now that I look at you all closely, I could swear I've met before. No, I must be imagining things. Why do you immediately deny? Oh, it's fine. My apologies. Regardless, I would very much like to take you up on your offer. Yes, of course. What kind of herbs are you looking for exactly? Don't be too helpful or you'll make him remember who you are. They're called the healing herbs. Well, not exactly rare. I've been burning through my supply as of late. Can't imagine why. Obtaining even just one would be a great help. Healing herb. Got it. Where have I heard that name before? We'll do what we can to find some for you. I'd say the Grand Market's as good a place as any to start a search. That's true. With so many stores, there's bound to be one that has it in stock. Thank you very much. I'll await your return. I kind of expected we'd be gathering it. Obtaining it from the local wildlife, perhaps. But sure, we can just go shopping. That's literally this town's entire thing. This is the shopping town. Makes sense. I had a discussion with the market manager about making the trains more accessible, but not much came from it. Mostly due to the fact that the Alliance has priorities in the train line's usage. I guess that's understandable. They have all sorts of goods they need to transport around the country, after all. I guess the only option is to make do without it for now. There's an absurd amount of rumors flying around these days, so try not to trust everything you hear. There's plenty of people out there willing to take advantage of how hard it is to discern the facts from fiction, after all. For example, they announced that Princess Alphen was being kept safe in Heimdall all this time. But at the same time, there's this rumor that she was kidnapped right when the war broke out. Wow, man, talk about a shock. You might want to dial it back a bit there. Still, even if that's the truth, no one else is gonna believe that. Yeah, Princess stayed in some random ass town up north. I came along to buy some seeds for next year. Wouldn't you know, they're crazy too expensive thanks to them crazy taxes. Crazy too expensive. Nailed it. Could get barely nothing. Next year's harvest is gonna be pitiful thanks to this. Yeah, feels like I'm caught in some money draining cycle now. Recessions. Apparently, the provincial army has a checkpoint not that far from where Louise lives. She sounds pretty worried about it, but who can blame her? Her family pops in here every now and then, though, so they seem to be doing alright. Told her to try and ignore all the rumors that have been spreading, but that's probably easier said than done. Oh, she's from the farmer family. They were just talking about how the daughter got a job out here. I think. Anyone up top? One person. You're out there somewhere, aren't you, Ricky? He is, isn't he, Idios? Oh, dude. F. You know when they're praying to God, but they're gone. That is a doornail. What you got, bud? Seems like everyone's gotten into the habit of going straight to Market Manager Otto whenever they got issues. Feel a bit bad for placing our burdens on him, but there really is no one more reliable. Used to be a big shot at the Grand Market too, so he really gets where we're coming from. That's how he manages to do such a good job of keeping things calm between all the merchants here. Neat. Good dude. I do have that, yeah. Okay, so he didn't update his inventory. Not that I expected it. Hasn't even been a day. Can't I believe Barth has packed it in too? Me and her have been rivals for ages now, so it will not be the same without her around. Granted, I know she'll be back sooner or later. Dime business is what she's all about. All about, after all. That's not even slightly close, but it's fine. Ah, same goes for everyone else too. They'll all be back soon. Yes. Okay. Is that where we're at? I ended up buying some honey from Luce? Luce, probably. It's hard to resist when you're offered a free sample. It's not even the worst part. I ended up buying this broom with a dustpan attached to it. Will I really get any use out of this? I would think you would, but I certainly do. Wonder if he's got the stuff. Welcome. You looking for something in particular? You wouldn't happen to have any healing herbs, would you? We're all out, unfortunately. You're sold out, but we were told that they're fairly common. Under normal circumstances, yes, but the demand for them has increased dramatically due to the war. The same applies to most other medicinal herbs too, seeing as how trains aren't running as usual. In fact, it's become such an issue that I'm struggling to maintain a proper schedule for the store. Oh wow, I hadn't realized the situation was that bad. This complicates things. A little early to be giving up now, don't you think? Healing herbs used to be standard household items, right? So the fact that they aren't uncommon means they might grow somewhere nearby. Would you happen to know where they might be found, sir? Well, I could have sworn they grew somewhere not too far from here. Oh, I remember. This Lunaria Nature Park. They don't exactly grow in large quantities, though. That is close. Inconvenient at that. Talk about a coincidence. It's been closed down temporarily due to the war, but maybe the park ranger can help you out. Johnson's his name. Or we could just go in there. We got in super easy. Technically, we're coming out. And they might be, you know, locked from one direction only, but I saw him leave town not too long ago, so he may already be at the park. Really? I guess he left not too long after we met him. Understood. We'll check out the park. Thank you for your time. We trekking back to Lunaria now? Let's head over to the Western Highway exit. Access to the Western Highway, let's go! Right. been a month since the Transcontinental Railroad's closing. I heard some merchants traveled to the Twin Dragons Bridge thinking it's about time for it to open again. No doubt aware that vast riches await those who have a monopoly over the transport of goods. Of course, there's no guarantee things will go their way. War does tend to make things unpredictable, after all. I hope they do good at making money or whatever. You think I care? Honey fact time! Honey's taste varies greatly depending on when and where you get it. Spring in particular has a huge selection to gather from, which tends to make it the busiest time of the year for me. This year may prove to be the exception, though. Not being able to use the trains normally kind of throws a wrench into things. The more you know. It's rather depressing seeing the Grand Market so lifeless. Perhaps the time has come to relocate to Bereahard. Things are so prosperous over there that even my most expensive wares should sell fairly well. It's only natural, of course, considering the Noble Alliance dominating this war. Yeah. It is Bereahard, so... Unfortunately, the time's come for me to close up shop for a while. Can't make much of a profit when you've got no customers, high taxes, and the provincial army giving you crap. Especially since I'm all about buying and selling off my stuff in bulk. Don't worry though, I'll be back. Right now, I just need to focus on finding a way to make a profit in a situation like this. So what you're saying is this is the last chance to buy something from you for a while. Not that I really want to buy food that I can hypothetically make myself. More fun that way, you know? But that all being accomplished, head out to the East Celtic Highway so you do the one quest. That was... oh, hi.
Let's wrap this up.
There's a boss somewhere in here.
I'm up.
Gotta really want a team of 4 so we can have all the links set up. So I don't get bothered by the, like, flashing red. Please link with someone.
1, 2.
Great job.
It's my turn. Ah! My turn. There.
Nice!
Now's our chance. You're mine. You're done.
Killed.
And not a scratch on me.
Impressive work.
Buddies. I love it for them, honestly. They're besties now. As they ought to be. Ooh. Some folks out in front of the farmhouse. Wonder if there's something going on over there. Speed up time. Fucking. This away. What you all huddled for? Oh. It's just chickens. Got the feeling someone was talking about me for a minute there. Must be imagining things. Uh-huh. Surely not. Huh? I've seen you before. You were walking around on the highway earlier. Sorry, but I think you're mistaking me for someone else. Made it a point to try to avoid being noticed, but I guess kids aren't so easy to trick. Guess not. The Twin Dragons Bridge has been a key base for the provincial army since the Middle Ages. They're dramatically strengthening their military might there too. And don't hesitate to let us know it. The soldiers who come here from time to time often brag about the soldats on their base. They don't seem to realize that the rest of us don't want to hear a word about such terrifying things. Yeah, they don't give a shit. You kidding? Soldiers are like that. You're such a slacker, you know that? At this rate, you're never gonna make an impression on Turium. What are you implying? It's genuinely depressing how little progress you've made with him. Speaking of which, I heard through the grapevine about a hardworking girl who's been helping out the farms lately. But she's on the hunt for a nice husband, too. Who knows? That might just end up being Turium. Good luck, girl. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Are you alright, Coco? You're looking quite pale. She apparently does a good job with the harvesting, too. Coco, are you even listening? She's in shock. Let her be. Rude ass. Bitch.
Stay on guard and don't get cocky.
In my way.
Sure thing.
I can't use the funny thing. Interesting. Oh, I might have to have a link for that.
My turn.
Yeah, there we go. Because I kind of want to just use it up.
Here goes.
Even though there's one enemy.
Try.
So we can start building that back up again. We get some benefits from it anyway, so whatever.
Now. You're mine. And not a scratch on me.
Impressive work. Oh, I could probably fish here.
Oh, I could probably fish here. Honestly, so true, King. So true. Carson Highway, Celtic Highway. Did it say specifically? It's a Carson Highway, I imagine. Much no more. East Celtic Highway 2. Okay. That's where we're at. Oh, yeah, that's the red dot over there.
Right. Let's get started. I'm up.
Got attacked by the tomato, did you? Little pathetic. Goddamn poison.
There. It's my turn.
Say goodbye.
Eat that. I'm up.
Double strike that bitch. Yes, the paralysis. Great.
It's my turn. Eat that. All right.
I love the
keep
defense
moving.
down when it dies. Gonna be super useful. I suppose that does happen when you die. Colic, Brianhard, Grelia Fortress.
Stay sharp, guys.
I just love the little tomato. It's so funny to watch. Right, he has the healing skills. Be nice right now, you know. Nice. Ooh, I don't like that.
Turn.
Do I have anything with whatever the fuck it was that interrupts? Not on him, apparently, which is funny.
How about this? They're off balance. Let's do this.
That should help.
Leave it to me. Eat that.
I did want to heal on his turn, but it's so close to just
Try
taking
this.
care of it.
Fire.
Nice.
My turn.
I don't know why I did that, but not complaining.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
At Crescent Highway all the way to Berea-Hard. Right. Can't get her too far out right now, so let's turn back. Fair enough. Fair enough, bestie. Fair enough. But what if we went to Berea-Hard just for fun? A little vacation. What do you think that?
Bring it on.
Look at these fuckers. Die.
There. Now's our chance.
Love that instant break.
This ain't over yet.
Thank God that's gonna go up before they attack you. I wish that did more. We need someone with decent magic skill.
It's my turn. Take this.
Good art stats, please. Ooh.
Sure thing.
I guess I can just keep doing that.
My turn.
Clearly, I just need to focus on gear that upgrades arts.
Now.
If we can find any.
You're done.
It's my turn.
Of course, it tends not to work like that. I guess there's accessories I could look for.
I'm up.
Cool. You're not doing poor enough already. Why not just do that? You're weak to fire, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Chest. You material. Hell yeah.
Sit. Sit.
So much. Super useful to have. So I'm grateful. I'll check to see if I missed any chests, because I kind of wasn't looking for that earlier. Kind of forgot we hadn't actually been here. Guess we'd only been out to the initial area. Yeah, okay, we're good. Just don't want to miss any exclusive items. Like I did the first game. But yeah. We're set. Okay. Took a while to notice me. Wow, okay. Already most of the way past it.
Let's wrap this up.
Probably should have healed him in between. It's fine. Actually, what are you? You're also weak to fire. If I can just take care of them real fast.
Here I go.
Boy, I wish that went to our beautiful boy who's suffering right now.
Here you go.
Thank you for attacking Reen.
It's my turn. Eat that. Huh.
Ah, well. Got a burn. I was really hoping it wouldn't do that much damage.
My turn. Too slow. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Okay, time to heal. I believe he has the res. I'll have to... Yeah, swap that again. You are not full up. I probably should have done that earlier. But this works out. Actually, how does your arts compare to his? Worse. Okay, cool. All I needed to know. I should still equip Machias, though. Do we have another two? Toval has Spark Arrow, Golden Sphere, Firebolt, Airstrike, so all the generic, you know, single strike elemental. Information, Saintly Force, Soul Blur, Golden Sphere, Attack 1, Poison, you'll shoot. Do I have anything that can be equipped in the slot now? No. Literal only option. I suppose I could swap Shield Breaker over there. So I do want to keep that either way. I'll think about it. Earthlance is nice to have. Especially since we don't have any... Well, you have a Needle Shoot, so we're not doing too bad, but... Sure, you know what? Fuck around. And he's not doing too bad on HP right now, but I kind of do want to just buff him in general. It'd be fun. Makes sense for him to be tanky. Even though he's not really the one being attacked. I guess it doesn't, but you know. He seems like he should be. This way will just take us to this way will take us to Corellia Fortress, which is just beyond the Twin Dragons Bridge. Elliot and Fi should be on their way there now. He won't be able to contact us if we're not at the windmill, so let's turn back. Right, there's Elliot. Good. We need a caster. Look at you. Yeah, you are the crop eater. You're so angry.
Stay calm. We can get through this.
That's kind of a lot. This is, I think, the best we can do.
Hope you're ready. You're finished.
Kill him, boy. Fuck yeah.
Ready to go.
Just don't want to have that many enemies on the field at once. Sheer practical level. Definitely want to examine you, though. For obvious reasons. Also, the enemies that spawn might not be the normal ones. So that, too. Giant crop muncher. Yeah, sure is. A monster that munches crops with its minions at night. Tears nutritious fruits to heal and strengthen itself. Ooh, it heals itself. Ugh. Stealth buffs are also annoying, but they're super common, so, you know. Yeah, no, that's just a regular crop muncher. Not a special version. Sure. Okay. I guess the blindness... You know, considering the blindness, that actually wasn't that bad.
Sure thing.
You're mostly weak to fire.
Disactivate.
Yeah, just
Here you go.
thin them out a bit. Hope it can't summon more.
Here I go.
I should definitely have motivated earlier. That's fine.
Now. You're mine.
One down. Ooh, sand attack is fun. Super fun. Great.
Here you go.
Thanks.
It hurts so bad seeing that little healing.
Right.
Now he's gonna need to heal himself. How do you do... You're neutral damage from Earth. So that's at least good. But what I could do is give Reen a bit of defense. Yikes.
Crap.
Crap is right.
Disactivate. Huh.
Great.
Here I go.
I knew it was coming, but it's still so sad.
There.
Thank God I got the one that's on low health.
Ready to go.
Should you just eat a healing item right now? Because it doesn't do much either is the problem. It sucks to just have his turns be consumed by healing and healing and healing and healing.
Here you go.
Interesting timing.
It's my turn.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll just take care of that one. Nice.
Let's do this. Right.
You love to see it. Get him, boys. Get the big boy.
Here I go.
I care them deeply.
Here goes. Over.
Forgot I had that.
Huh.
Just get that out there.
Leave this to me.
I do wonder how this works. Okay, it just counts as one of the actions, which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Gather on my blade.
Don't get a fun little fourth action in there, little bonus,
It's my turn.
but it's worth using one of the three on a S break for sure, especially a full meter one. What stat specs are you? You can't really be a statist at all, which is super cool. Right, I keep scrolling over Energy Shell and I forgot it even, does that at all. Tempting. I'll do a break shot for sure though.
How about this? Now's our chance. Got you.
Get that debuff. Probably should have done that before S break, but It's all the same in the end. Yeah, we'll have you attack while you still got your stat buffs for sure.
1, 2.
Cool.
Ready to go.
Hit that for us.
1, 2. Right.
Yeah, the break shot didn't actually get the hit with the defense minus 25% because of its resistance to stat
How
downs.
about this?
Presumably.
Balance. Got you. My turn.
Yeah. Sorry?
Too slow.
Nice.
Now.
Worked out.
I'm up.
Gets a crit on it next turn, which is real good.
Here I go.
If he can even reach, which he might not be able to. Very cool. Definitely want to make sure that Machias gets the 0 arts there, so guess I'll just move. Oh, it's so funny when enemies have that happen. Have to move on the turn to get their guaranteed grit. Not as much when it happens to me. Lovely. I forgot to use the fucking 0 arts.
It's my turn.
Ah, well, okay. That's fine. Doesn't hurt at all. Let's give you a little defense.
Shoot
You
through.
kinda need it.
Activate. Here you go. Huh.
Now you get a 0 arts, although it doesn't seem like it really matters for them
Ready to go.
at all. I've never seen an enemy benefit from 0 arts. They don't cast anything. Well, I guess the bigger bosses with, like, funky magic actually get to take advantage of that. Still, it's pretty infrequent. Okay.
Turn.
That really sucks. Because I was just gonna heal with Machias since he's probably better at it. Despite his stats, But, the one ability could have done it.
There.
Do this then. Okay, that doesn't work. The delay did nothing. Very, very cool.
Hang in there, everyone. Thanks.
At least get you healed. Yeah, that's much better. Much better than anything Cobalt can do, and you're already down. Can you just stop for a second? Like, is that cool?
Yeah. Cheers.
I just think it'd be nice. You're gonna be struck down immediately.
Guess I pushed my luck.
Oh my god. Love to use 2 of those in a row.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Leave this to me.
You don't even have enough for it. Okay, cool.
How about this?
Thanks for using... I forgot it does damage.
Guess I pushed my luck.
Somehow.
My turn.
Ugh.
Burn to ash.
See if we can get a debuff on it, maybe. I know they're, you know, low chance. But still. Great. You still don't have it. Because obviously I used Break Shell last turn. Might be a restart.
Got you.
This is going pretty bad. Great, you gotta heal.
Done yet?
Because, you know, it's not bad enough that all this is happening. I wish I gave you the res. Ugh. Hey, Topal. You have the highest stats of anyone. This is a restart for sure.
Guess I pushed my luck. Right.
Should have saved before this.
Now's our chance. Got you. My turn.
Highest stats of anyone, he just keeps getting killed.
You're mine.
Some fucking bracer he is.
They're off balance.
Boys, this is nice, but we're looking to just get killed here. Do you get that?
Here I go. Ha!
That's great for us, actually.
Sorry, everyone. Leave this to me. Take this.
Okay, at least it only takes... Like, also, look at that insane amount of damage. Over half health from a single hit. And it also has a guaranteed debuff on top of that. Like,
This can't be happening.
it's so bad.
Stay calm. We can get through this.
Dude.
Hope you're
Take care of all them.
ready to go.
And they should already have the... Yeah. That... The Analyze maintains through. That's nice. Nice little benefit.
Activate.
Also, it already gets poison, which is interesting considering it has a resistance to literally every stat effect. Which is always fun, you know? When you just aren't allowed to use stat effects at all on bosses. Can't take advantage of an entire game mechanic. Like, I get it. But still... I just think sometimes they could calm down a little with that.
Burn to ash. Fall.
Nice miss. Thanks. How did you not hit your allies with that?
Sure thing.
I'm not saying I want friendly fire. It just... That was a little... funny. That didn't do anything. Yeah, you need to charge up your CP a bit.
My turn.
I really need Machia's turn, like, right now. For that sweet, sweet healing! Yeah, you got nothing you can do about that, aside from literally just... Sure, take a bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just gonna attack Tobal. I mean, that's basically fine. That's just Firebolt.
Here you go.
One of them's gonna get a crit, but, you know, that's fine.
Let's move. There.
Get the boss as well a little bit. You just get to do that. Okay.
It's my turn.
Other AoEs, when you miss a single enemy, they don't get to retaliate, but that's boss. Not so. You don't have enough CP to do the heal. Okay. I forgot. You just used your thing.
Arcus activated.
Bad time I did this.
Arcus activate.
Here you go.
He needs his... maybe more than Reen does. But not in the present moment. Yikes, dude. Do better for yourself.
Let's move.
I wish you weren't blinded for 50% of this fight every single time.
Burn.
All the 2 tries I've done so far.
Fall.
It missed both of them.
Go.
I know you're blinded, but dude. Miss. Of course, you never would.
Leave this to me.
Salt! Just a little bit. It's a little salty. Just a little salty. Just slightly.
Ready to go.
Arcus activate.
Thank God it didn't interrupt, though. Take
Thanks.
what victories I can.
My turn.
Yeah. Too far away now.
There.
So I'll just take them out. Hopefully. No, of course not. Not even the
My
one.
turn.
That's so sad. And best we can do, because I really want to build up CP on him, is just go for this.
This.
Ready to go.
Didn't even get the rake, which is... Yeah, you should probably just heal yourself, bud.
Activate.
Just to get some AP back on that. Little discount. Ugh. At least I didn't get the blind. Nice miss. Hell yeah!
Let's move.
Things are turning up a little bit. Were they not... Did they get disconnected from something? Oh, probably with the death, maybe. With the restart. That would explain why we didn't get the break. Wouldn't be a bad time to use overdrive, but we're not doing too bad on health. Obviously, Ring could be doing better, but he's only got a Crop Muncher to worry about, so... Not the worst thing in the world.
Now's our chance.
There we go.
Fine.
Ready to go.
Yeah, now he's not really at risk at all. Which I will take. Makia still doesn't have enough to heal. Sucks. Yeah. Tobal could use some health, but he's doing fine-ish. No longer is doing fine-ish.
Leave this to me.
Yeah, now would be a good time. Wonder how that works when you're charting up a spell.
Here I go.
Charting up arts. Okay, just delays it until afterwards. And then makes you use the other two. That's fine, honestly. I'm perfectly fine with that. Do I want to do anything with this? He's gonna heal Reen, so that's, you know. I just don't necessarily want to use this up on a heal on one person who is not doing great, but you know. I'd rather save it just in case I need it a little later. Also, 69 CP, nice. Do I want to? Yeah, Crest would be a good idea right now. Yeah, you're the only one who doesn't have it, and you're kind of right there.
Here I go.
Get that instant fireball. Charge up a little CP so you can get the break sooner rather than later. You're... Okay, you take a little extra damage from Earth. I'm so used to them taking reduced damage. Just the enemies in this area in general. Very cool that that works that way. I like that.
Sure thing.
This kind of makes sense. You're the only one who needs healing, and your heals aren't great, but
It's my turn.
I'll wait until Machias needs healing as well to get both of them.
Here I go.
Get you a little closer, just in case we need to get a group heal in.
Monkeys, let's go. All right. Take that. Here you go.
Also, it's good to use up a turn of blind with that, because this can't miss, thankfully. This is not original Fire Emblem.
I'm up.
Are criticals guaranteed to hit? I don't think they are. But, you know, it's a critical. I'll take it.
Here I go.
It's free.
Yeah.
I could clear the status effects right now, because I think you have that. You had something for that, I believe. Oh no, it was Reen who had the clear status effects. That's fine. I mostly just want to get them both to 200 CP so they can just launch their attacks.
Eat that.
Nice. Good thing you're bulky. I hate that.
Ready to go.
Hope you know. And him as well, just in case we need it.
Activate. Here you go. Let's move.
Honestly, just continuing to fireball might be
Activate.
the go-to plan for a little bit. Ooh, that's a lot of health. I wish they were better at magic. It's kind of pathetic. Tobal needs that refresh
Ready to go.
pretty bad. And you know, I mean, speed and movement. Useful in other contexts, not necessarily right now. Speed isn't, you know, that bad to have. Meh. Not like we're dealing that much damage. You know, getting them all to 200 CP Just like not even worrying if it heals itself, and then just going all out might be the way to go. Topal is a little ways away though. So I might be satisfied with just like whatever he ends up at when the other boys are all charged up. He's a little low on health now. I really hope he doesn't get killed. That'd be a little unfortunate. Yeah, I might as well use an arts. Hopefully delay it. Nope! Don't even hit.
Sure thing.
That's fine.
Here you go.
Before it gets its crit here. Who knows how bad that's gonna be. I'm honestly just glad that he didn't die. You're the only one in range. You're all super far apart. Oh no, is this single target? No, that's area medium. This is targeted on a specific person, which sucks. I hate that it's not a free target.
Hang in there, everyone.
Because then we can get at least Machias in there. I wish that was a bit better.
Here I go.
Yeah, best thing to do is just use it.
There. Now. You're mine.
Sure thing.
Yeah, Toval, get yourself some healing. Or Reen actually is a bit closer. And lower on health as well.
Thanks.
That's pretty nice. Hate that you keep getting criticals. Ooh, that was super necessary.
Thanks.
You might still get killed. We are surviving by the skin of our teeth right here. That's cool. Do you have anything good for? Yeah.
Disactivate. Right.
Please let them be close enough together. Let's fucking go.
There, everyone. Thanks. Huh.
Sure thing.
Yeah, then healing yourself once again for the 50 millionth time.
Here you go.
Oh, Toval. We'll be fine once we get Elliot.
Too slow.
It's just, you know,
You're mine.
however we're gonna last until that
My
happens.
turn. Now's our chance. You're mine.
I'm up. Here you go.
Nice CP up. Now it's Machias is super behind, which is fine.
Leave this to me.
He kinda does need his shit together for, healing purposes.
Marcus, activate.
That's what he's dedicated to, that's fine. He can be the emergency pull if it doesn't go down far enough from the two. Why? I know you're blinded, but still.
Thanks.
The fact that it keeps like countering as well is really...
Sure thing. Here you go.
Thanks.
Come on, Toval.
Here I go. Gather on my blade.
Let's see how much this does. I should have broken its armor. Again. I'm so smart. At least Machias is coming up next, so we can just do that.
Leave this to me.
Break shot.
Stop this. They're off balance. Please, let's do this.
Imagine if this doesn't. It won't. But it'd be funny.
Time to stop for
Cobalt just gets... He doesn't even get to use this thing. He gets commanded to, but... he spends all the time charging it up and just dies before then. He has to still unleash it. That'll kill, though. Let's fucking go. First try, for sure.
That's that.
Overkill, Deadly Reprisal, Natural Remedy. Deadly Reprisal? What? Because that normally... it probably was one of the smaller enemies. Yeah, I think Green did that.
I did it. Looking good.
Neat. Phew, there we go. Good job. Now we just have to report back to the market manager. Should we head back now, Reen? I have done basically everything I need to do out here. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I see you've taken care of that monster for me. You have my thanks. Here's your reward, too. Detection, ooh. Thank you very much. We'll make good use of it. Yeah, I was like, not sure if it was gonna auto-turn in for me. Not that it's a problem considering it's the optional quest. Then the West Highway is where we want to go for the other thing. Yeah, because Trista is over here.
Enemy sighted. Let's take him out.
One of them.
Go.
Suppose there's others in the area, but...
My turn. Sit. Now. You're mine. It's my turn.
Nice, perfect 999 there.
They're off
Love to see it.
balance. Got you. And not a scratch on me. Impressive.
Oh, boys. Hi.
Stay on guard and don't get my turn.
If it doesn't let me go to the Trista Highway, I would imagine it would. Because it was already...
Leave this to me.
We had access to it before, you know, that generally tend to let you just go places. If you really need to. If you've been there before in the same chapter.
How about this? Now's our chance. Got you. And not a scratch on me. Impressive work.
Okay, let me through. Guys, don't ask why we're here. You don't need to worry about it. It's fine. What are
Let's wrap
you?
this up.
Have we seen you before?
Ready to go.
Yeah. New as of this game, but otherwise,
Let's move.
I would imagine, yeah, Fire and Wind.
Huh. It's my turn. Eat that.
None of that.
Ready to go.
Let's move.
It feels like a waste to use another one. They don't take too much.
You're mine.
And not a scratch. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the question, where's the water over here? Where can I fish? Wherever can I fish?
Enemy sighted. Let's take him out.
Ready to go.
Here I go. Ha! Leave this to me. Ah!
Done. Don't use Slurpee P. That's the worst one. It's harder to just regenerate.
Now's our chance. You're mine. You're done.
And not a scratch on me.
Impressive work.
Oh yeah. Is this is just it just goes down a little bit. No water over there. Or there. I just want to go fishing. Is that so much to ask? Ooh. Oh, that looks like... Yeah,
This
baby!
spot looks perfect for fishing.
I know that's true. I love this for me. That looks like the one. I didn't actually look like a picture of it or anything, but I haven't seen this one before, so.
Not bad.
Fighter! First time bonus. Hey, hey, I'm gonna get the rest of them, but just want to admire that I've done it. Taken care of. A small fish known for its beautiful fins, known as the nobles of the aquatic world for their graceful swimming and low-key coloring. Very competitive and will attack other fish without mercy, especially similar-natured swordtails. Are nobles known for their low-key coloring? Is that a good comparison? It seems kind of inaccurate if you're asking me. Get 'em. They're pretty though. I do like them. Like betas, basically.
Caught one.
Similar kind of fin and all that, you know. Imagine doing this back when we were originally going over here. Reen's just like, yeah, I just really wanted to see the border, you know. Really wanted to see how things were going, and first, totally didn't just come over here to go fish. For sure. No, Toval. Just because I'm going to this pitifully small fishing dock that is incredibly hard to even notice does not mean I was just going here to fish. I had important emotional reasons behind this.
Right, let's get started.
My turn.
Let's get rid of you, you know?
Overdrive! Now's our chance.
Getting a rush within Overdrive is something else. So many free attacks.
Leave this to me. They're off balance.
Thought it might be silly me to just be using normal attacks in Overdrive, but no.
And not a scratch on me.
Worked out pretty well, in fact.
Stay on guard and don't get cocky. Ready to go. Try this. Fire!
Break him.
My
Nice.
turn. There.
Hell yeah.
Leave this to
Thanks
me.
for that.
How about this?
Break shot on a snail feels
Got you.
pretty appropriate.
This is it.
Break that shell.
And not a...
And not a... So true, Bestie, so true. Here we go. This is what we're looking for, baby. We've been here before. Yeah, we need to go to Lunaria. Do we want to talk to the people at the farmhouse? Actually, probably. Might as well. Having some food. Please tell me you've got a good explanation for this, Dad. Ah ha ha! Brilliant, isn't it? And this is how you make good use of ingredients. Oh, right, they're kind of suffering. You just dump the ingredients on the plate. That's like using them at all. I mean, technically. I'm kind of worried about Luis. She'd come home once in a while to let us know she's doing okay. Don't change the subject, Dad. Could have at least tried to cook this stuff. Dad's no effort cooking's past the point of no return now. Look at this. What kind of family has carrots that have been soaked in water for dinner? Do I look like a rabbit? Hurry up and come home, Luis. We need you. No, that sounds like excellent cuisine, actually. I don't know why you're complaining. Sounds godly. Hey there, dude. What you doing? Oh, hey there. Come to pay me a visit? Hello, Johnson. Actually, we came to ask you a question. Green asked Johnson if he had any idea where they could find a healing herb. I do recall there's like one hidden quest per chapter in the last game. It's interesting we haven't found one yet here, despite talking to everyone. A healing herb, huh? Yeah, I've seen those in the park before. This isn't really their season, so I can't see there being too many, but you should be able to find a few. I tell you where to look, but the monsters in there are more dangerous than usual. Sorry I can't be more helpful. No, not at all. You've been more than helpful enough already. We're used to handling monsters, so we should be able to take it from here. Yeah, you definitely look like you know what you're doing. Anyway, they grow in the shade around areas with lots of nutrients in the soil. Focus your search around tree roots. Thanks. We'll get right to that. Woo, gathering! As you can see, the park is technically open, but we currently don't have any visitors. Can't wait for this war to end so people will come here again. Enough of my grumbling. Should be able to find healing herbs in the park if you look. They grow around the shade in areas rich with nutrients in the soil. Focus on searching around tree roots if I were you. Hope you didn't, like, check on the park at all after opening it, you know? Something you definitely should do. Make sure nothing weird's happening. I guess normally he'd probably have, like, a guard with him, is the thing. And he can't really have access to that right now, due to the circumstances. Still, though.
This could get tricky. Watch out! This is a tough one.
Come on.
Sure thing.
Getting the first getting the first hit on me when we didn't even get snuck up on. Mean. Great. At least he got a heal.
How about this? I'm up.
Let's just get double strike on this guy.
1, 2.
The fact that you're still down. Look at what Machias has. What if?
Take this.
Hell yeah, baby. The luck of it all.
That takes care of them.
You'd love to see it. Yeah, the chests are still open here, so that hasn't been, like, refreshed or anything.
Bring it on.
Look at them wiggling. Having a great time.
Try this. Fire. My turn. There.
Got him.
You're mine. Leave this to me. Take this. All right, let's keep moving.
Killer. Hey, there it is. I don't think there's any particular reason for me to explore more of this place. Because I've already seen all the monsters and the chests haven't been refreshed or anything. There we go, finally found one. Definitely smells like something with medicinal properties, that's for sure. Well, I should probably check if there's NPCs in here. Pretty sure we've come across this herb before, haven't we? Well, that's it. It's when we were helping Eustace's uncle. His mother used it in a recipe of hers. And that brings back memories. Bad ones, of course. The less I have to think about that pompous fool, the better. No need to hide it. We know you're just as worried about Prince Charming as Rian is. No, I'm not. Knock it off. We need to get a move on. Do you want to go straight back to hand that over, Rian? No. Might be worth searching around for some more first. As long as we don't forget to hand over what we do have when we get back. Thank you, Rian. Yeah, I need to head over here. Grab this, though. Relaxant. Nice.
We aren't planning to take that monster on, are we?
Wish you hadn't noticed me.
Stay sharp, guys. Ready to go.
Some bracer you are not wanting to take this guy on.
Here I go. There.
Look at Rain's health.
Now.
I think it's pretty nice.
Go. All right. Eat that. Leave this to me. How about this?
Get him. Or not.
Too slow.
That's a good
Ready to go.
little apology for that. At the very least.
Let's move.
Okay.
I'm up. It's my turn. How about this? My turn. Now's our chance. You're mine.
Lovely.
Sure thing.
Okay, we're almost there. That'll do it.
That takes care of them.
Won't complain about that. Also, should probably check on our boy while we're in the area. Right, that's just marking off the mimic. See what there is to see. What's that over there? It's like a... Oh, like a fishing spot. I see. It's kind of covered up by the other icon, so I couldn't recognize it. No NPCs here either. Not that that's surprising.
Enemy sighted. Let's take them out. My turn.
Okay, good job, Rain.
Ready to go.
Love that for you.
Leave this to me.
I love that you're getting CP up when you already have so much.
How about this?
Okay, this is not our day.
My turn. There. Ha! Now. You're mine. You're done.
Sure thing.
Hey, the status that we're gonna get for free. Don't kill. Thanks.
Ugh, crap.
Don't miss. There we go.
It's my turn.
Well, I should probably. Well, I can afford to not heal him.
Our chance. Got you. And not a scratch on me. Impressive work.
Nice. How are we doing on bonds? On our links? Because these two, Machias and Toval, might not get a chance to improve theirs later on, but also, it's not like he's maxed out on Reen either, or like these two are maxed out. They're getting pretty close. They're getting pretty close. Wish you wouldn't notice me so easy.
This ain't over yet.
try.
Just do this. Make it easy.
Fire!
Spear break him. All the way to hell.
Sorry, that's it for you.
Nice experience bonus. And we get one of these. Nice and easy. Let's go say hi. Valimar is sleeping peacefully. The Ashen Knight is really impressive up close. I take it he still hasn't gotten all of his mana back? Yes, he needs a little more time. Which is fine, we got plenty to do in the meantime. Okay. Glad Machias got to see it. You know, he got an early preview before we need it. I wish we could just warp back to town. I get why we can't. They want us to actually fight through the monsters and all that. But I kinda don't want to bother. You know? I don't need the pitiful amount of experience to get from that. Suppose it's not, you know, too bad, but... Also, walking through, like, 5 areas to get back to town is, kind of awful. Don't need it.
Tricky. Look sharp.
Lol. Imagine. Imagine even bothering. For once, I'm going with what Tova wants to do.
Look sharp.
Hope he likes that. Also, the fact that you could have selected to go back to town earlier and now you can't. I understand, but... What if I wanted to finish up my business and then get the nice little easy teleport? What about that? Did they ever consider it? Doubt it. Don't bother me, please. I got business. The other one is obviously turned in. No reason to think it wouldn't be since it was done automatically for us. Yeah. You can't just teleport to the church for whatever reason. Other instance locations, yeah, totally. Just not this one. Ah, welcome back. Were you able to find an herb for me? Happy to say we did. We found one herb. We found one whole herb. Is that good enough? I don't think it is. But apparently it's good enough. Goodness, this seems as fresh as it is potent. You have my thanks. I'm glad we could help. I hope it will be helpful in your work caring for those affected by the war. You really are some upstanding youngsters. Ah yes, here, please take these. Dear Balm, ooh. Celestial Balm, ooh. Though you may meet with difficult times, always remember that Aidios is with you. The goddess rewards those who persevere in the face of great adversity. Wish you all luck in the future. Thank you, Father. He's right. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. That we do. Speaking of which, I think it's probably about time we were heading back. Trails are cold and steely, so true. So true, Watermelon. Oh, to hear Elliot and Via's report? Good point. Okay, back to the windmill for us. Back to the windmill again. Nothing immediately going on outside, nothing suspicious. if there's something exclusive I can get in town in this specific moment, even though nothing is apparently changed, well, I'll be upset. Make a new save right now just so I remember. And we go all the way to the windmill. Just the entrance on the opposite side of the trail, because, you know, that makes sense. There we go. We've still got time until the call from Elliot and V. Should I stay here and wait for it? There's literally nothing else to do, so yeah. Not what I wanted to do, and they were actually courteous and made the wait option not the default selection. We might as well stay here and wait for the next update. Do any of you guys want some coffee, by the way? Found some pretty good beans at the Grand Market. Sounds like just what I need. Can brew some even here? He must be a man who knows his coffee. I'll have milk, thanks. So true, Celine. Me too, bestie. They took a seat and enjoyed their coffee while waiting, and eventually the time came for Elliot and Pete to report in. They said it was gonna happen soon, and then they're like, actually, it's not gonna be for a while. Please let this be voice acted. I want to hear them.
Testing. Beginning periodic update.
Let's go!
This is Elliot. Do you read me, Machias?
This is Machias. Yeah, the signal's perfectly clear. V's nearby too, right? How's everything on your end?
We've surveyed the area around the Twin Dragons Bridge as best we could. As we expected, their defense is airtight.
To pass through, you need a permit from either the Kreuzin Provincial Army or the Noble Alliance. Civilians and merchants don't stand a chance right now.
The Kreuzin Provincial Army or the Noble Alliance. Guess that makes sense.
This isn't gonna be easy, no matter how you slice it.
Alright then. Sounds like we'll need to devise a plan.
You were always gonna need to do that, but I guess.
Oh, and by the way, I have some good news for the two of you.
Huh?
Surprise!
You hear me, you two?
It can't be. Is that you, Rain?
Is that really you? You're not pulling our leg, are you, Machias?
Ouch.
Aww.
That much of a jerk.
Nope, it's really me. I met up with them not too long ago. And you remember Toval the Bracer, right? He and Celine are with me too.
Hello again, you two.
Yo, long time no speak.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. This isn't a dream, is it? Ow!
Got pinched.
Nope, it's real.
If you're gonna pinch someone to check, pinch yourself.
Come on, stop messing around.
You two are the same as ever.
Anyway, we're really happy that you're all right. You're in that windmill now, right? Is there any way we can meet up?
That was what we were planning on discussing with you, actually.
We'd like to come over to you. Do you have a safe place in mind that we could use as a meeting point?
How about Point D in front of the Twin Dragons Bridge? It's not visible from the surrounding area, so the Provincial Army shouldn't notice us if we meet there.
Point D was the one on the outer edge of East Celtic Highway, right? Alright, that should be fine. We'll head over there right away.
Okay, we'll head out too.
Well, see you later. Over.
I like that they, like, have a code word for it, but then he was just like, it's that one, right? Like, bro. Why is her outfit that? Why is the baby wearing this?
Oh, thank goodness Rain's okay. Thank you so much, Adios. Weird that he's with Toval,
Adios?
though. I get Celine being there, but why a bracer?
Don't worry about it.
We'll just have to ask once we see them. But the most important part is he's okay. Feels like we're finally making some real progress.
Yeah, agreed. Anyway, let's get going. I can't wait to see Rain again.
Same here.
Ooh.
Fee? What's wrong?
Go on ahead. I'll catch up.
That sounds like a bad idea.
There's something I need to check first.
It sounds like a very bad idea considering everything that's going on, to not, you know, at least say your plan. Let's make our way over to Point D. It's along the highway across a stream. No problem. We're gonna need to stay sharp if it's near Twin Dragon's Bridge, though. That's certainly true. The provincial army could spot us while we're out in the open at any time. We'll be counting on you to show us the way, Machias. Just leave it to me. For as smart as he is, he still doesn't have disguises or anything, you know? Like, that's... He takes off his glasses and I get it. I understand. But, like... We've wasted enough time. Let's get going. At least change your hairstyle. Okay, so I have a separate save from before I turned in the other quest. And right after we get the call. Goodbye.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
This spot looks perfect for fishing. Wish you hadn't spotted me so easily.
Right, let's get started.
My turn.
Be nice, you know. For once.
Now's our chance. Marcus, let's go.
All right.
I would be, like, basically fine with these outfit if it wasn't, like, those, like, weird low-cut shorts.
I'm up.
Like, ultra low-cut. It's like, you definitely had a certain intent with that, didn't you? Funny.
Ready to go.
Funny that you do that with the youngest character.
Sorry. That's it.
Second youngest, but you know.
There's the Transcontinental Railroad. We're not too far off from Bereahard.
Yeah. I hope Eustace is safe.
Yeah. So do I.
I'm glad he just actually admits it this time. You care. Is there anything fun over here? Okay, and there's a couple of crates at least. That's something, technically, kind of. Any fishing spots?
This way leads to the bridge, right?
Yeah, it's not that far now. I'll let you know when we need to turn.
Okay. Apparently no fishing.
Stay on guard.
What the hell are these things?
My turn. Here goes. Overdrive.
Some weird shit. Interesting that it's just, Reen and Machias and no... Well, oh, right, because it's with your partner specifically. That makes sense. Axebird.
Yeah.
More you know, I guess. Small land bird with a head shaped like an axe. While not suited for attacking, it lets it use powerful arts.
Leave this to me.
Not sure I like that. And what are you weak to? Mostly fire, but not by a lot. 20% more, which isn't that bad, but eh.
Let's move.
Bear mole. Small but ferocious bear monster. The club it carries come from a carefully chosen tree for extra hardness. Neat.
Sure thing. Try this.
Spear break them all in one go. Quite nice. Not that it's gonna kill, but stopping them from using arts is pretty good, given their whole description. Like, I don't want too much of this.
My turn. There.
The miss, though.
Right.
This'll work. I'm fine with it only hitting 3 of them.
Ready to go.
Let's move.
And then,
There.
like so. Nice.
Ready to go. Right. Take this.
Man, so close. This'll kill. Good old poison.
That's that.
A classic. Now look at you.
Now's our chance.
Kitties.
Sure thing.
Flying feline.
Let's move. Now.
Destroy him.
You're mine.
Here you go.
What do we got on you? A winged feline monster relentlessly pursues its prey, attacking with kicks from above.
Leave this to
Me.
me. They're off balance.
I'm really wondering how they're gonna continue to justify losing all your like records and shit between games. Because this one was pretty understandable. It did mostly make sense, but surely he's not gonna get launched out to wherever and crash land at the end of every game.
I'm up.
Not that he crash landed, but you know,
Sorry. That's it.
tense situation. I guess it makes sense, but that's a lot of Sepith mass. Do like it.
Let's wrap this up.
I wanted to make my way around, but that was never gonna happen.
Second form. Gale.
Always so satisfying, even if one missed.
Ready to go.
You're gonna need to heal yourself after this for sure.
Try this.
Not doing too hot. Great, thanks.
Locked and loaded. You won't get away.
It's gonna get some Sepith from that, from just running over like that. Very nice.
Ready to go.
What was the point of that? Okay. You're gonna die.
Guess I pushed my luck.
Let's move.
Hey, Tobal, you probably wouldn't have died if you just hit the attack. You know, you're not even debuffed right now. Certainly not anymore.
Leave this to me. Let's move. That's that. Let's keep moving.
If there is a heal spot anywhere in here, well, I guess I can just do this again for the 5 millionth time. Toval, you're supposed to be good. You're supposed to be tough. Yet here we are. Taking how much damage? More than these kids, for sure. A little embarrassing. What if you do uni work instead of procrastinate? I would approve. Do it. Get it done and
Okay, take a
have
look
it out of the way.
Guess this is our point D then.
I'm not doing that.
Let's move.
Taking a left to just check out this eerie bug. That's it.
Sure thing. Leave this to me.
Just in case it's super weak. An arthropod monster with an eerily glowing sack on its back full of venom. The sack can explode. Good to know. Imagine slow defense so it can get that damage in if it's got, you know, multiple enemies around. Or multiple allies on
Leave
its,
this to me.
from its point of view.
Let's move.
I'm up. Sorry, that's it for you.
Wonder if that would have killed it when it used it, because that feels like that kind of monster. This way leads to Twin Dragon's Bridge, one of the Provincial Army's most important strongholds. You'd better turn back then. We still haven't met with Elliot and V. Indeed, let's go to point D first. Fine. Whatever. It's fine. I can't explore the entire area, but that's fine. How many do these... They sure give you a lot, actually. Why are 99, in fact? And plenty of saves.
Planning to take that monster on, are we?
Of course not, Tobal.
Watch out. This is a tough one.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm up.
We aren't planning to. We're just gonna do it. Scary dinosaur.
Too slow.
The immediate counter. Let's go. A ferocious lizard monster. Releases sound waves by vibrating its dorsal fin, then crushes prey with its teeth. You know what?
Too slow.
Reen, you're really out here like this. Let's go, King.
Hammer on my blade.
Looks kind of like paper mache. Yeah, honestly, it does. I see your point.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Very scary.
Great.
Cut in a shell. That's just pulp. It's time. Well, here we are. This is point D. Yeah, this does seem like the kind of area that the Alliance wouldn't bother patrolling. Now, we just need to fight for Elliot and V to...
Reen!
Now it's voice acted, halfway through the cutscene. Hi, Bob Ross. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day.
I'm
Aww.
not seeing things, am I? It really is you, right?
Yep, it really is me. It's great to finally see you again, Elliot.
I can't believe my eyes.
He's just a little guy.
I can't believe you're here.
Likewise. Can't help but feel a little bad, though. I'm sorry for how things happened. I didn't mean to worry you so much.
No, it's fine. I had
There's a moth in
faith
your
that
room.
You would come back to us
Oh,
one
no.
day. That you are out there alive and well someplace, even if we didn't know where that someplace was.
Thanks, Elliot. It means a lot to me.
Welcome back to the team, Reen.
Oh yeah, what happened to Fee? I thought you were with her.
I was, but right before we took off to meet with you guys, she seemed to notice something and told me she'd catch up later. I'm sure she won't be long.
Uh-huh.
I'm back.
Oh, actually, she wasn't long. Okay. Drama. Get down from there. Thank you.
Whoa!
Mmm.
A little dramatic, don't you think?
Ow, ow, ow. I'm not not sure that was such a good idea, Fee. It kinda spoiled the reunion if you broke a bone or something. Or me, for that matter. What's wrong? Don't tell me you really did hurt yourself.
Nope, I'm good. It just sunk in that it's really you.
Who else would it be? I'm happy to see you're okay.
Thanks for coming back to us, Rean.
And thanks for giving me a place to come back to.
Interesting, interesting,
That's
interesting.
all of us, together again.
Can't help but crack a smile when watching them, can you? Don't know if I've ever seen anyone so happy to see their friends again.
I should hope so. It wasn't easy making it happen.
Celine. She worked very hard, you know. After Rean was finally reunited with Elliot and Fee, everyone took their turns catching each other up on what had happened while they were apart before shifting the discussion to what their next move would be as a group. What you got? What's the plan? Well, that's one region down. Only 2 more regions to go in the hunt for the rest of Class 7. Must be feeling pretty good about that, huh, Rean? You bet. Wouldn't have been possible without your help either. It does sound that way from what you've said. So on behalf of all of us, thank you for everything you've done for Rean. You too, Celine. Thanks. What are you thanking me for? I didn't do anything. That's not true at all. You were the one who took Rean away from Trista. You're the reason the rest of us could stand up and fight without worrying about him. And if not for that, I doubt we'd be here together like this now. I'd say you did more than enough to deserve thanking. So, thanks. Elliot's right. So have some thanks from me, too. A good cat. I swear, you guys are the worst at making a huge deal out of absolutely nothing. However it happened, you're all here now. So where to next, guys? The clothing store, for Fee. Well, if it's not plainly obvious enough, wherever Rean goes, we go. You didn't go with him earlier, though. Strange, isn't it? No matter how dangerous the situation may be, we'll overcome it as a team. What Makia said, we still have to find everyone else, too. And rescue Princess Elfin and Elise from the Alliance on top of that. Yep, that's not open to negotiation. Thanks, guys. Your help means a lot to me. Should we go back to Valimar now, then? We'll be able to use them to return to Ymir as soon as his mana is recovered. That's one option. I was expecting that we'd be away for a while longer. But we're gonna need a base of operations at some point. I don't think it's the option we should choose, though. As opposed to what? You got something else in mind? I do. Well, returning to Ymir is a valid choice. Why not keep going and try to get to Corellia Fortress instead? Oh, I didn't think of that. That's not a bad idea. We were trying to get there to contact the 4th Armored Division ourselves before you came. Still, the Twin Dragons Bridge is one of the Alliance's most important strongholds. Trying to pass through there is going to be risky. Oh, I know, but I think it's a risk worth taking. It could allow us to find out what the situation in the Imperial Army is, how Instructor Neidhar is doing, and above all, it should give us a better idea of how the war is developing. Knowing that should help us better decide what path we should take as a class. Makes sense. So far, you've just been watching things unfold from outside. Let's give you the opportunity to see what's happening on the inside, right? Right. Of course, I also want to make sure that Lieutenant General Craig knows his son is safe, too. Thanks, Rean. Alright, I'm in. Let's do this. Same here. It's gonna be totally dangerous, you know? Yeah, but we know as well as anyone that sometimes danger is worth facing. And this is one of those times. So let's go see Dad and figure out what we're gonna do. Agreed. Glad you're with me on this. You're in a bad enough situation as it is without making things harder for yourselves. Let kids be kids, Celine. It's more fun that way. Yeah, during a war. If that's what you decided, then sign me up too. I know the geography of the area up ahead pretty well. Of course, we appreciate your support. Well, that's settled. Now we need to find a way to get through the other side of this bridge. Indeed, we need a permit to get by it through ordinary means. Yeah, but they're definitely on the lookout for us. Even without our uniforms on, there's a fair chance we might get caught. We've got one choice left then. Oh, what's that? Found a route that might take us through unnoticed earlier. There's still a chance we might get caught, but I think it's worth a try. Really? Sounds promising. If no one has any objections, then I say we try her way. Can you show us the way, Pete? It's probably the way that, like, loops around on the map. Goes southish. Yep, let's roll. We just need to head down to the bridge. We shouldn't have any problem unless we try to pass through the checkpoint. Okay, we all ready to go? Longest cutscene. Hey, finally. I like that they have Toval as the reserve combatant and the example, like, yeah, we know you're not going to be using them as much. I forgot that that delays their next turn when you switch them in. Fuck yeah, burst though. Finally. Anyway, let's get everyone set up. Yeah, it automatically kicks them out of the party too. That's really great. Sorry, Toval, but you kind of suck ass right now. You know what I said. Default has Raven, speed bonus, right, okay. Gets Chrono Drive. Any green stuff that I just have on someone else for the purpose of having it? I could grab Spark Arrow, because I'm not really using you actively. But again, she also has Evade 1 default, which is really appropriate for her, so... Just rearrange that a little bit. Definitely want to move the healing skills. Well, but you do have Curia by default. I just need to get Bible skill on someone else. I'd rather have it on Elliot. Give a better HP heal, you know? It's just a little nice. Well, you already have Golden Sphere, so I guess that's not really useful. You need to unlock your slot for that. Gotcha. That's fine. We can do that later. I would imagine I don't have anything for them. Well, I might have accessories, actually. Yeah. Preventing poison, blind, freeze, faint. I don't really have any particular priorities with them between all these. Probably more so... Freeze seems about right. I just don't want my healer to be completely incapacitated. This just feels appropriate. You have to equip that. Okay. Fair enough. I like that the watch prevents delay. That's cute. Well, that's pretty good then.
I'm so happy we're together again.
More people's always a good thing.
You guys have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hang a left here.
Just keep following the highway. You can't miss it.
Let's fuck this guy up.
Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Literally one of them.
Here I go.
You'll love to see it.
Clear.
Aw. Didn't kill.
Is everybody okay?
Out of curiosity, what are their default weapons? Dual Edge 2? If Dual Edge is so good, why didn't they make a... Oh shit. Lambda Rod 2? Makes sense. Buster Shot 2. Okay, so everyone just has, like, the original 11, 2. At least for the Class 7... Class 7 members who aren't Reen.
Let's get this over with. I'll handle it.
So many of them are just, like, one singular enemy. Not complaining, though.
Here I go. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Nice EP charge, let's go.
Bring it on.
Okay. Now.
Fuck him up.
Leave it to me.
Hell yeah.
It's my turn. Huh.
Needle
Oh, we did it.
He acts like that was stressful at all.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him. My turn.
I'd like to get advantage on these guys. They're kind of...
Eliminating targets.
Let's move.
Good enough for me. Crit though. Hell yeah.
Chance. I'll set you up. This is it.
Right.
Okay. Targets eliminated. Let's get going.
So, if I want to explore that whole thing, I need to go around a bit here. She's wearing a terrible outfit, is what she's wearing. What will probably be the equivalent of... God, I always forget character names even if I really like them. My daughter from the last game, who was wearing an awful, awful outfit. Milliam. To the point that I had to buy the DLC just to give her something else to wear. It's gonna be another of those. This is how they sell the DLC. Just put the youngest, second youngest in this case, character in just a god-awful outfit. So that you're like, I don't want to look at that for any longer.
Oh, that treasure chest looks really nice.
Enemy sighted. Let's take them out.
Something get you? Yeah, right.
There.
Thankfully, Milliam's DLC outfit was cute, so...
Eliminating targets.
If I had been forced to buy a DLC outfit for Milliam to give her some clothes to wear, and it just looked like garbage, that would have been...
It's my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out after the stream, though. Because I'm just curious in general. What the outfits look
Let's
like.
save for now.
See, like I said earlier, I would have been fine enough with the outfit if it just wasn't for... you know how low that shit goes?
Oh, chest. I wonder what's inside.
Like, sure, give her shorts. It doesn't really make sense, but sure. Just don't make them that kind. You know? Make them a reasonable length. 200 plus 3 plus 2. They all have the default, so it's basically just a matter of who needs more defense. Honestly, I'm gonna get him through. Well, Reen has his golden emblem, so anyone else probably needs the benefits more. Okay, no exit back there per se, but still want to go back there. probably some fishing over here. Probably.
Oh, chest. I wonder what's inside.
We got some shit to take care of first, actually.
I'll handle it.
Then we can find out. Flash grenade.
Here.
And a crit.
Here I go. There.
It's my turn.
You love to see it.
Leave this to me.
You get to do nothing.
All right, let's keep moving.
I spy with my little eye the goods.
The goods. Pearl ring, what's that do again? I think that's a status immunity. Yeah, seal. Definitely on you. Look at this big guy. Guarding a mimic of all things.
Look sharp.
So close to being able to get the drop on them.
Okay.
These guys suck, so I'm doing this. See, like, I like that art aside from the outfit, you know? It's cool, it's a nice pose and everything, it's fun. You just had to be like that.
Let's move. There. Now's our chance.
You're open. I'll handle it.
And let's see. Yeah, blind could be pretty nice.
Here.
Right.
They made sure it'd blind us too.
Leave this to me. How about this?
So close. Thanks for that.
I'll handle it.
Good thing he is a little bit faster.
Right. Hey.
I'll handle it.
Let's move.
Yep.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Exactly how it should.
Looking good.
Didn't realize they're so close in level. Now what do we got here? Not a mimic, actually. I know I thought it was, since it doesn't look like it at all, but it is different. Is that a treasure chest? It looks different compared to the ones we usually see. I think it's safe to say this thing's not your run-of-the-mill chest. I would have to agree. What's more, it appears that this chest can only be opened by Elliot and Machias. Us? How does that work? Your guess is as good as mine. For whatever reason, your wavelengths match out of this chest. Why not open it and see what happens? Field maps and dungeons contain special blue chests known as trial chests. These contain powerful monsters and can be only opened with specific characters. Inspecting the chest once all required characters are present will allow you to take on and conquer the enemies within. Overcoming the trial will net those who emerge victorious and large amount of experience, a link experience, as well as let them use overdrive together in battle. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. So it's not just a protagonist thing.
Watch out, guys.
Right.
Senior Bear Mole. Do you have anything to analyze? No. The other guys are just normal, yeah, normal bear moles, which we do have the entry for.
How about this? Now's our chance.
I'll get you up.
Nutcracker, huh? These definitely aren't meant to resemble anything in particular. What they call them in the description? It's just a club chosen from a tree. Chosen for extra hardness. Yeah, we're just gonna need to expend a whatchamacall, battle scope, which is fine.
Try this!
A large ferocious bear monster swings its stick effortlessly to fell foes. Before they all attack.
Especially for you. Seven Rhapsody!
Maybe we'll get the Zero Arts. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like the timing works out. Delay it a bit, maybe? If I can. Delay doesn't really work. Okay. It's gonna attack so I can build some CP.
Right.
I forgot you can literally analyze enemies for free. That's fine. That's totally fine. Oh well, it's just one battle scope. I'll remember it next time now. What you're weak to? Fire and earth. Well, if only we had that. Probably best for you to just...
Right.
Thank God you have earth. Very appropriate, considering. Zero Arts. I hate that you do that.
Leave this to me. Hang in there, everyone.
I really hate that for your bestie. I wish the HP heal went to you. You could actually use it.
Hang in there, everyone.
Do a Kirby, kiss him on the lips. Share that.
I'm sorry, everyone.
That is some nasty bullshit. I should have just given him a healing item. Hey, and why are you allowed to just do that? This is so bullshit. This is such complete bullshit.
This can't be happening.
100 to 0. Just got lucky. Very cool. I suppose I could equip anything that prevents getting dazed. I don't know if I have anything like that. I might as well check though. It's great though, because it doesn't like let you reload before the battle or like change your equipped items. Which would, you know, make a lot of sense. A lot of games let you do that. So you can, you know, properly strategize and take advantage of your new knowledge and all that. Not this one. At least I can actually analyze it without using a scope this time. Seal, freeze, delay, blind, petrify, faint, that's what we're looking for. I'll put it in Muck, yes. I'm, you know, biased towards putting it on him on the basis of he just got destroyed because of it. But it's fine. As long as one of them has it.
Enemy sighted. Let's take them out.
We get it. Just the funny thing.
Right.
Funny sitting on you thing.
Analyzing enemy attack patterns.
Yeah, that kind of is your whole thing, isn't it?
Right.
Fool that I am.
How about this? Now's our chance.
I'll get you up.
At least they're only approaching for this turn. Then again, it looks like they get another set of turns after this. 'Cause that doesn't expend much. Unless they're just gonna move again? Most of them, anyway. Or half of them, I guess.
Okay.
That's fine. Just need to get to 200. Ooh, this could be silly. Stealing the zero arts from them. Not that they're really gonna use it, but like still. Don't interrupt him. Let's get it. There we go. Hopefully this will include the one that's in between him and Elliot. I'm pretty sure it gets all of them. Pretty sure I did. But then, what do I want to do? Right, he does like the regen rather than. But I can still do tier and get that in time. And it's better too, because then I can actually use CP for S-Break. I wish I would do a little more than that, but... I would like his new art! Dramatic. Big Boy's also about to get a crit, which is... you know, great for us.
You've been a wonderful audience.
Ooh, wish that killed. I'm surprised I did such little damage on... Okay.
It's my turn.
I'll take it.
Take this. All right, let's keep moving.
Super easy. First try. Nice. Let's get a level up. It's Earth Lance out of that as well. Nice. No wonder they had them linked for the default party setup. Not that I was gonna change that. I do want to max out Reen and Thieves Bond. Just so I can get their ending again. Because I think they're cute together. I think they're adorable. Also, she's my favorite. That's my daughter.
This is my first time seeing the bridge from outside a train.
It's pretty impressive, I guess.
I guess.
We'll have to get back on the highway to reach it, though.
Okay, so this isn't where we're supposed to go, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. Wanted to avoid story progress. Neat seeing this place again, though. Yeah, that's the building we were in, I think. Yeah, because we were exploring this whole place.
Oh, chest. I wonder what's inside.
Nothing significant, I guess. You know, it's probably all right. Just 3 scary dinosaurs.
Here.
What could happen? Hey, almost killed. Oh, you had better not.
Try this.
The way that just barely hits all 3 of them. You'll love to see it.
I'll give you a boost.
Ooh. I like that.
Is everybody okay?
Nice that he gets breath as a default on that. Gladiator headband. What's that give you? That I really like for her, because I do like using her arts a lot. Or her crafts, rather. Well, not that I ever wasn't going to, but I'm glad I went through that. Because that was worth it to explore. Don't fuck with me. I don't want to deal with it.
Enemy sighted. Let's take them out.
Okay.
Awful.
Eliminating targets.
Not the Nutcracker.
Let's move.
Okay.
You should probably be charging up your CP. Actually, it might be good to give him the CPU recharge accessory, but I don't know.
Right. Eat that.
My turn. Got it. Okay, Rean.
Leave it to me.
You love to see it.
I'll handle it. Targets eliminated. Let's get going.
Yeah, that just takes us right directly to there. This isn't risky at all. Just in plain sight, you know? But hey, here we are. Yeah. That's what they're talking about. Oh yeah, we never properly been here. We haven't disembarked. I've never actually been to the Twin Dragons Bridge before. Well, it's about as heavily guarded as you'd expect from a major military base like this. It's technically made up of two giant bridges going from east to west, but its defensive power is really something. The Noble Alliance has got every reason to love showing it off, what with it being one of their most important strongholds. And with the war going on, security is going to be even tighter than usual. This isn't going to be easy to cross. The highway on the other side's been blockaded like this one, so even if we do get across, we won't be able to just just head straight to the fortress like it's nothing. Well, what are we gonna do? The Noble Alliance sends troops to the fortress using the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll use its tracks. Will that actually be safe enough to do? Look over there. That's them? They go through the fortress and branch off into a small railway track used for transporting freight. If we follow that, we should be able to get to the Guerrilla Fortress without being spotted. That looks pretty out in the open, actually. Oh yeah, you're totally right. Like you said, it branches off from the main line, so it's not part of the standard route. But that works for us just fine. Well, it sounds great in theory. Don't you think it's a bit risky? They shouldn't notice us, yes. But what are we gonna do if they do? I still think we should give it a go. Are you sure? No matter how you look at it, this is a major Alliance base. We're not gonna get through without taking some sort of risk, great or small. And this sounds like our best option. Might as well go for it. Yeah, you have a point. The country's in the middle of a war. Gotta do what we gotta do. We don't have much of a choice anyway. I'm not a fan of gambling, but let's go. How are you planning to get down through... how are you planning to get down onto the tracks, though? You can jump over the fence if you're down for risking the Alliance filling us full of holes. Or not. I'm guessing there's a maintenance passage that leads down there. We should see if we can find anything in that waiting area to our left. Okay, we'll have to be careful not to draw suspicion to ourselves, but let's see what we can find out by asking around. Yeah, what could happen? Hey dude, I know you're looking for me, but... You're an odd-looking bunch. Where did you come from? Where are your permits? You do have them, I assume? Well, you see, sir, we're all from Crossbell State. We really, really want to go home. Please, if you have any kindness in your heart to spare for souls like us, save it. No one gets through here without following the official procedures. Getting sick of people like you, I think they deserve to be some kind of special exception. Honestly. Yeah. Customers are like that. You look like you'd know about some maintenance passage, so I'm not gonna ask you. I see you were left speechless by your soldats. It's the power of the Alliance. The power that'll guide our great nation in the right direction. Commoners like you should consider yourselves fortunate to be even allowed to look at them. Yeah, okay. At present, no one is permitted to pass beyond this point. We ask that those who have a permit remain patient. Those who interfere with our military operations will be shown no mercy. You're not even letting people with permits through anymore. Seems like there's some kind of ongoing operation. Let's get away from here so we can avoid suspicion. All access to the fortress is strictly forbidden. Those who have a permit should remain patient in the waiting area until further notice. Okay. Yeah, it is interesting that they're blocking even people with permits, considering that's a whole thing. And Fee and Elliot didn't even know about that, even though they were investigating not too long ago. Please, I'm begging you, let me through. My hometown was drawn into a battle. I need to get back there right away. I need to see Loretta and Mika. I need to see my family. Not a chance. No one is allowed to pass beyond this point. Please, can't you make an exception just this once? Silence, merchant! If you keep causing trouble here, you're going to find yourself in a cell in the bridge's dungeon. Please don't do that. If I can't go back and see them, maybe I can at least find out if they're alright. Seems like they were arguing about something. Yeah, it sounded like he was in trouble, though. I wonder if there's anything we can do for him. I'd like to help, but I'm not sure how we could. Huh? Where did he go, anyway? Oh, well, I suppose there's no point worrying about that now. We got our own things to focus on. That sounds like a side quest. That sounds like a hidden quest that I could unlock. Is he just gonna be elsewhere in the area? He might be, like, further down or something. Or he's trying to sneak through as well. Can I actually go back down here? I might be able to. Do I want to explore the entire area just in case he happens to be here? I think if they were gonna do this kind of quest where you have to chase him down, he would be at least in this first area. If not with an actual cutscene being like, oh, where's that guy going? As soon as you enter. Weird that you can get back here, but you can't get past this wall. Like, why is this not an invisible wall at that point? Just seems weird. Ah! No one told me a permit was needed to get through. Now they expect me to travel all the way back to town and apply for one? Just how long do they plan on delaying me before I can go see my family? What if I'm sick? Oh, please. The fact that this fight's been going on for a month obviously means the 4th Division's still alive and kicking. The Provincial Army probably realizes they're a big threat, so they're doing everything they can to keep them at bay. Which means things will only escalate from here, and then we'll get hit with even more taxes. I see. Come on, man, the Armored Division is done for. The Croissant Provincial Army crushed them, and now they're stuck fighting off Crossbell's forces. I haven't heard Crossbell's got some crazy powerful weapon they kept hidden, so this is gonna be one bloody war. Yeah, I really want to find out about that, but they're delaying the release of both of the Crossbell games by a lot. First one's out now, but you know, still. Garrelia Fortress, eradicated. I haven't been able to get in contact with my family in Crossbell since then either. What am I supposed to do now? More importantly, when are they gonna let me go back to Crossbell? And it's like, I get it, they're not just gonna release the fan-translated versions Just, you know, not edit it at all, but you'd think that they could maybe get that done a little faster considering the entire game has been translated into English already and they bought that. You know? They bought those translations. Oh, how I long for those delicious omelets they made back in Keldic. Got the recipe, but recreating the same rich taste is gonna prove difficult. But you give it a try. You might have more luck than me. The first recipe unlocked. Well, the second one, but the first one was free. Speaking of, I was gonna go cook earlier, but I forgot. Probably should do it before Koval inevitably leaves. Salty onigiri, and no one else is like super good at that. He is awful at it though, so. Well, I'll try and unlock the special recipes first. Who's good at juice?
It's Fee's cooking power hour.
That's adorable. I love that for you.
Better than expected.
I hope this turns out okay. This is my specialty.
Hey, there it is. Very nice. I didn't mean to exit out. Cheese omelet. Who's good at that?
It's Fee's cooking power hour.
It makes sense. You know,
This
one for
one's
one
my
for.
specialty.
There we
Very
go.
good.
I love her. What's the regular
This
good one?
turns out okay.
It's still weird that they changed it to
This
be
looks pretty nice.
queen omelet. They changed it to be like one person cooking at a time instead of cooking together. So that was cute. I like that they did that. I guess this is more controllable since you aren't obligated to have, you know, whatever Reen's cooking level is. But still. We need the bad one.
Sure, I don't mind.
You're apparently bad at making juice.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Always love the lines for these.
Okay, let's give this a try.
It's a good shit.
Not what I had in mind.
Explosive omelet, okay.
It's Fee's cooking power hour.
Is it though?
You can try eating it if you want.
Lovely, okay. That takes care of that. Oop, people in here and here. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Crossbow is the only place I can get Eastern spices from. They're my main product too, so I'm in deep trouble if the railroad stays out of business. Oh well. Sucks to be you, I guess. Yep, no good. But it does sound like there's someone inside, so let's check it out later. Why is that your conclusion? These are like private rooms. Ooh. I can't do anything with that. The bright yellow called to me, and it's like, surely that's interactable. No. There are people to talk to in here for the quest, but I'm not going to do that. At least not yet, because it's got this guy to talk to who I assumed was the one. Okay, yeah, there's no, like, exit over here. I thought there was one hiding behind the, like, crates here. Huh? You want something? As you can see, I'm really busy here. Ain't got time to be dealing with civilians. Sir, please do not stand in the way of my mouse and keyboard. Okay, you're useless. Thanks. Only useful as a roadblock. You do have a shop. General supplies, which are, you know, nice, but I'll grab another battle scope just so I'm at 5. Nice to maintain, yeah. Everything's been a disaster since this war broke out. First my waitress ran off, and now I'm swamped with more customers than I can handle. Times are tough for all of us. By the way, mind if I ask how tight security is here? I want to take some pictures, so I'm wondering it'd be cool to head out back and snap a few. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. Putting aside the fact that this is a military base, this place has been real tense for a while now. Trust me here, give it up before you do something you regret. I see your point. Well, thanks for the heads up. Oh boy. Good tactic. Man, this is the first time I've had to deal with this crap in all the years I spent passing through here. I even went through the trouble of getting a permit, and yet they're still making me wait. Excuse me, could I ask you a question? You said you've been here a few times before, correct? You wouldn't happen to know of any tunnels or passageways the maintenance staff might use, right? Would you? Yeah, you didn't try to disguise that at all. Now there's a weird question. I didn't know a guy did maintenance here, but I never asked him about that. If it ain't gonna net me a profit, then I'm not interested. I see. Thank you for your time. We'll have to try our luck elsewhere. Yeah, someone else is gullible enough to tell us. Everyone's panicking real bad now that the railroad's out of commission. But that just means riches await those who weather the storm until it's back in business. Well, you guys are here too, am I right? Not exactly. You look like a man who knows stuff. What do you think of telling us all you know about any kind of railroad inspections coming up? I'm afraid info like that'll cost you, darling. Or normally would, but there's not much to share based on these past 2 weeks. In fact, the railroad's been pretty much completely abandoned. Even I'm sweating it a little now. I'll have to keep asking around. Okay, it's the other door.
I couldn't help but notice that you seem to be in need of some assistance.
Ooh.
Huh?
You're not suspicious at all. I said that word perfectly.
And who might you be?
Oh, no one out of the ordinary. Just another merchant forced to waste away here. I've been watching you surreptitiously snoop around, you see. And I have a feeling you would welcome a stranger's helping hand. That's why,
A stranger's, huh?
out of the kindness of my heart, I've decided to lend you just that. Only if you like, of course.
Sorry, but we're a little tied up at the moment. Mind finding someone else to buy whatever it is you're selling?
My. Batting away my generosity, are we? You're so cold. Perhaps we should take a moment to have Class 7 weigh in on the matter, rather than you, Bracer.
Cool, you know us.
How do you know who we are? Who are you?
Don't confirm.
An excellent question from an inquiring mind. Let us set a little wager, then.
I like the way his hood is like domed around his head.
If you can catch me.
I love tag. There's no exit there. There's ventilation, I guess.
Get back here! There's no one here.
It's a dead end. You're joking. Don't tell me he just up and vanished into smoke.
I sincerely doubt that. Wait, I can feel a breeze around here.
Yeah, the ventilation. Yep, that sure is person size. And brightly colored. To indicate that we should be paying attention to it.
Looks like you went through here.
It's a ventilation shaft. No wonder.
Strangely person sized.
Could it lead to where I think it does?
We won't know until we go through it. I'm curious where that guy went to, so let's go for it.
What could happen? Traveling through the deck will cause the main story to advance. Is it just saying that in case I haven't handed in the one side quest from earlier? Cause there was a whole thing about the one merchant we wanted to help out, but we couldn't. But I don't think they would design it so we'd have to go through the entire, like, whatever route we had to get through to get here from town, just to do that one quest.
It's so dark in here.
Too bad. If you were a cat, you'd have good night vision like me. But I'm totally fine, and I'm not a cat.
Doubt. Also can't relate. I honestly expected it would skip this whole thing. You know, they wouldn't have bothered making a ventilation exploring
Do you
segment.
think that guy even came in here?
Beats me. He's not someone you see every day for sure.
Understatement of the century.
Yeah. Totally don't see suspicious people every day.
Oh, that was one narrow duct.
It really isn't.
Wait, isn't this...
It's the Transcontinental Railroad's tracks.
Thought so. Guess we don't need to worry about how to get on them anymore.
Yeah, sure, but what happened to that hooded man?
Train, watch
Can't
out.
see him anywhere. I wonder where he went.
I can't sense him nearby either. It does bother me that he seemed to know who we are, but I think we're better off forgetting about it for now. We need to focus on crossing to the other side of the bridge.
Agreed. He was suspicious, but I didn't get the feeling we were enemies. Now, at least.
Okay, I'm starting to see Fia's point with this whole going down the railroad tactic, because they are, if they just stay next to the wall, they're pretty well hidden.
You don't think this was some elaborate way of helping us out, do you?
I think that's being a little too optimistic.
We still got what we wanted in the end. Let's follow these tracks and get inside the fortress.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be able to spot us from up on the bridge either. You guys ready to go?
Not that I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna explore the entire area. 'Cause that's how we do. This is one of the tunnels on the Transcontinental Railroad. I can't say I'd feel safe wandering in here. Yeah, you shouldn't. It's not good to do.
Please don't let them spot us.
So far, so good.
What if we did some fishing, though? Like, I know we shouldn't. But could you imagine? What if? What if we just were a little silly? Just for once? Let loose a little bit? Did some good fishing? Maybe? I was honestly expecting there to be something to see on the bridge, but no. Evidently not.
Well, there they go.
Oh my god. Are you kidding? Of all the fucking people.
I'm afraid that's as much help as I can give. The rest is up to you.
I knew that voice was familiar, but I didn't... Like, the hair color wasn't ringing a bell.
I'll be offering up a prayer to the goddess for your success.
Damn, dude. You seemed useless back in the actual academy. I guess he got that job for a reason. They certainly wouldn't be paying attention to the tracks when they're sending off a shipment. The soldats are ready for deployment, sir. I see. Excellent. The time has come for us to put an end to their pesky tactics. Listen up. Duke Alvaria has personally ordered us to clear the 4th Division up ASAP. We'll even have some extra assistance this time, too. Be sure to slaughter every last one of those treacherous scum. Yes, sir! Okay. Look at how many soldats they had ready to go. This is much worse than we anticipated. Yeah, they even had them deployed over by Trista, too. This goes to show that things are only going to get fiercer between them and the Imperial Army. I hope Dad's okay. I wouldn't worry too much about him. I mean, it's Craig the Red we're talking about here. Seems like the 4th Division's fought them off a bunch of times at this point, too. That explains why they're so desperate to finish them off. We probably shouldn't be hanging around here. Yeah, true. We should head down this line. Right, Fee? Hey, Chroma, thank you for the raid! Welcome, welcome. We're doing some Trails of Cold Steel. Hope you had a good stream. I'll give you a shout out real fast. Oh, and Dub with the raid too. Double raid. Let's go! were you streaming together? Or is this just an amazing coincidence? Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm Parf. I stream RPGs a lot, as you can probably tell. But welcome, welcome. Hi, Yoko Draco. Playing some Valorant? Hell yeah. But I've been having a good time. Been doing good. Yeah, it branches off further down the line, so we can get off there. Alright, let's get moving. Woo! Running on the tracks. We're practicing, safe, what do you even call this? Safe travel? Safe, railway behavior? Whatever. Something like that. We're walking on the tracks, is all I'm saying. And that's probably not gonna end well, but that's fine. It doesn't have to.
We're through. Take a right to get to the by road.
Well, I could do that. Or I could explore to the end of this place. Hey, Yoki, thank you for the follow, and Duff, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. Watch there be literally nothing here. Just all waste of time. Yeah, okay. Going this way will keep us on the Transcontinental Railroad's tracks. We don't want to go this way. So you say, what if there's a chest over there? We couldn't have gotten an item, Reen. You don't know. Don't know how essential that could have been.
Go through that gate and we're good to go.
Someone certainly knows their stuff.
Always a chest in those kind of places, right? And not a true gamer. Probably better for us not to go in this tunnel. What, you don't want to get run over? Idiot. You should always try to get run over. That's just good traffic safety. You have to keep them on the toes. Yeah! Trails of Cold Steel is fun. There's 4 games, there's other games in the Trails series, so... I can only personally speak for, Cold Steel since I played the first one, I'm just starting the second. But, I've heard good things about, Trails in the Sky. As well as, Trails from Zero. Phew, we finally made it past the Twin Dragons Bridge. It's got good world building. This road takes us all the way to the Corellia Fortress, doesn't it? Kinda like the Tale series. A bit, yeah. It's all taking place within the same world, though, so it's like, giving, like, the history of different areas and, like, their different conflicts. Like, this one is taking place at the same time as, Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, so you'll occasionally hear them talk about, like, oh, over in Crossbell, this stuff is happening. Never explicitly, like, spoiling anything, but, you know. It's cool, they just, like, keep building on the same world. I will warn that at the beginning of, Trails of Cold Steel, it's gonna feel like a very generic anime RPG, and in a lot of ways it kind of is, but you just have to hold on for the actually really good world building, because they're good at building like compelling world. They just also use a lot of like kind of annoying anime archetypes along the way initially, but even then the character writing isn't that bad. Also, you can have little accessories that you can equip, which is the most important thing to know. Look at that bear. Yep, it's called the Corellia Byroad, by the way. I've been down this way before on a previous job, so I'll lead the way. Some small caveats, yeah. Not a big deal, a solid amount of RPGs like that, then end with you fighting God. Yeah, right. Yeah, so... Don't be discouraged by the immediate, like... You landed on my boobs, and I'm gonna hate you forever. This is a shonen anime. Keep your eyes peeled. It may be paved, but it's still a pretty harsh trek. I know words. Barely anyone uses it now because of their railroads, so who knows what could be hanging around. You would use a period for that, if I may do a little nitpicking. A question mark there is, they closed it off completely when the war broke out, too. So we probably don't need to worry about being spotted by provincial army soldiers. I know we can't relax yet with so far of a walk ahead of us, but that'll at least make things easier on our end. Tofal, does Bracerwork always have you guys traveling through Priestly? I can't talk right now, apparently. Get a little sippy, see if that helps. A little water. You guys have got your work cut out for you. Thanks, Chromo. I'm doing my best. Gotta go where the requests demand. Though hey, it's still way better than what I used to... Oops. Just ignore that. Interesting. Seriously? You can't just stop there and expect us to not be curious. Well, I mean, it's nothing major or anything. We still got a long way to go to Corellia Fortress. Let's move. There's monsters lurking around too, so stay alert. Got it. Time to go meet up with Dad. Let's go meet up with Elliot's incredibly buff dad. I mean, he's not that ridiculous, but also, the contrast is something else. Oh, you guys are gonna be the first bosses we have to fight, huh? Yeah, like, Elliot's just like, he's just a little guy. But then his dad. Well. I can go down that way a bit. I might as well. Do I want to just explore this entire area and then... Okay, right, we do continue down the by road and all that. So yeah, this is worth exploring. There's a shop over here? Damn it! Why are they carrying out super strict security checks all of a sudden? Can't let them look through my stuff. They'll find out I've been filling my taxes. Someone's having a great day over here. Yeah, laugh it up. Hold on, how about you buy something? At this rate, there's no telling when I'll be able to get back to pedaling. If you guys could take some of my goods off my hands, I'd sure appreciate it. I don't see why not. Reen, the reason why not is this guy is clearly breaking the law, and I know you're already in some deep shit, and I personally, on a personal level, I'm totally fine with it. But you should maybe see a couple reasons why not. Really? Thanks, man. Crap. Can't believe I'm stuck here. If I'd known it was gonna come to this, I would have filled out everything properly. Now, if I'd done that, how would I even make a profit? Those tax rates are some kind of bad joke. Kinda got a lot here. Do they do nothing? I assume this is needed for like a quest or something. So I'm gonna get them, but... I like that, Oh, wait, no, that's probably, like... That lets you take Machias' glasses off. I see. I like that you can just get generic contact lenses. You know, people don't need prescriptions or anything. That doesn't exist. Never heard of it in my life. Anything in a set that I would want? No. So I think I'd like to get, probably armor, to be honest. This is, improved by 40. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you too. Okay, yeah. Expensive, but worth it. I love that you can buy multiple of, like, armor, and it only lets you auto-equip to... Auto-equip. Like, immediately equip to one. It's fine. It works. But it is a little weird. We need only 4 of these. They... give... Why is it showing defense down for... Oh, right, he has the one accessory. Right. Just wanted to compare. Yeah, it's another 20. Okay. So it's basically equivalent based off like the price. In terms of defense per Mira. No new Master Quartz, which makes sense. I think those are added once per chapter. So. Nice having this available, though. You already have good shoes. You don't need that. Oh yeah, okay. Now you can have all my old shit, if I can properly. Give you those. Oh yeah, it does have like the glass icon, which isn't because it's contact lenses, but because it's an accessory. It just works. Don't worry. The fact that you bought this from some shady dude. Oh. I was gonna say, the fact that you bought this from some shady dude doesn't mean anything. It's not gonna be bad for you to wear these or anything like that. I don't think it's a good idea to go right in front of Twin Dragons Bridge. What do you mean? What do you mean, Reen? I can't imagine what you're talking about. I was just curious, like, how much mirror I had after that. Not doing too bad. Feel like I might eat some late dinner before bed. Go have to eat some good food and get some good rest. Thank you for lurking, and thank you for the raid. I appreciate it.
This road feels completely abandoned.
Well, that's because it is.
Yep. No one's bothering to maintain it these days.
Do you have some sort of history with this, Bee? Kinda sounds like it. Fucking... I was so close.
Beginning combat. My turn. Eliminating targets.
Right.
Just keep doing that.
My turn.
Oh, Elliot, if only you were... Hey, if only you didn't have the crit, and also got a turn a little earlier. That'd be nice.
It's my turn.
That works out, though. Suppose it wouldn't really matter too much if you got a turn a little earlier than this.
Analysis complete.
An arthropod monster with a hard shell stores venomous gas in its body, which it uses to attack foes. Weak to water primarily, then a little bit, wind, can easily be burned or death blowed. Also confused and sat down a little bit. Good to know. Yikes. Disgusting, thank you. I like that it's just called Bad Smell.
I'll handle it.
It just sucks.
Here.
Leave this to me.
0 arts, you don't have anything water. Okay, that's neutral at least.
Here I go.
Okay. I like that it starts turning around to attack, but then just turns right back.
Eliminating targets.
I love the little, like, the animations of the shots just completely missing.
Oh,
Totally essential, you know. Ooh, Celestial Balm. You'd love to see it. Look at this guy. Not anything new, technically, but look at this guy.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
New for this game,
My turn.
so I still gotta scan them. Dirty rats! Neat, they can be poisoned real easily and also burned.
Here.
Here I go.
I should start letting her build up some CP again. She's kinda low now.
Okay. Analyzing enemy attack patterns.
Yeah, analyze those dirty rats. You'll love to see it. A rat monster which lives in rocky places. Pounces on enemies unnoticed, delaying their movement.
Right.
Unnoticed, okay.
Locked and loaded. You won't get away.
Okay.
Let's move.
Okay.
Destroy him.
It's my turn.
It's my turn.
Got him!
Alright, let's keep moving.
Wait, does he still do like the glasses push-up animation when he's not wearing them?
Great.
Force of habit, I guess.
I did it.
Okay, time to head over this way and see what's going on. Yeah. Any cool items? Looks like it.
Oh, that trick.
Bring it on.
Yeah, that treasure chest looks really cool, but we kind of have a roadblock. Might want to consider that.
Here goes.
Overdrive.
See, like, the length of the shorts looks way more reasonable in the art than in her model. It's like... It's just covering enough! Very cool. Very cool, thanks. I hope we don't kill, because we don't have this bitch analyzed.
Now.
Got you. Let's move.
You should have that though, yeah.
Yeah.
Cockatrice. A giant bird that eats rocks, turns living things to stone in order to feed off them.
My turn.
Love rocks. What are you weak to again? Primarily fire, but not by too much.
Right.
Leave this
Wonder
to
what
me.
side effect it can do. Wonder what it can inflict.
Take this.
We'll never know. Nice miss.
Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
Oh, that treasure chest looks really nice.
Defense 2! If defense is so cool, why didn't they make a... Oh no. Oh god. We can... There's a lot of little nooks and crannies to explore here. By which I mean at least 3 of them. That's a lot. Everything's been fairly straightforward so far, so you know. Okay, so there's plenty of cockatrices.
Enemy sighted. Let's take him out.
Look at these guys.
It's my turn.
Moon Mole.
Let's move.
Absolutely using the Zero Arts for the analyze.
Huh.
A mole monster that lives in rocky mountains. Its claws are ideal both for digging and cutting into prey. That's pleasant.
Right.
I love to know about that.
Take this.
Always love how they don't even use the Zero Arts. Appreciate it, honestly.
My turn. Leave this to me.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Yeah, he totally does. Machias.
Oh, that treasure chest looks. Enemies ahead. We'll have to fight.
I'll handle it.
I don't know.
Eliminating targets.
Right.
Right.
Can we slow you down a little bit? You can't, so that's fine.
This. My turn. There.
My turn.
That's what we're talking about.
Got you.
Absolute victory.
Nice fighting, Fee.
Ah.
Oh, chest. I wonder what's inside.
Flexible coat. What does that do? Totally just didn't send a ridiculous amount of money on new gear. I should give that to someone else. Because again, Rain has the golden emblem, which does a lot for him. Don't mind me giving 2 special pieces of gear to Fee. Not biased at all.
Something up, Fee?
I hate alarm clocks.
I hate alarm clocks. It's true. Oh, Fee probably detects the people following them right now. Because that did happen earlier.
Watch out, guys.
The whatever the fuck their names were.
Eliminating targets.
From the very end of the last game.
It's my turn. How about this?
Let's move.
I love that Maki spent all this time, like, disguising himself in town by taking off his glasses, and only now that he's left did we find contact lenses. We're still having to, you know, lay low and everything, but, like...
Try this.
Okay.
My turn. Okay, it's safe for now.
Success.
Nice.
Exactly how it should be.
Mail Breaker. Person armed piercing round, unbalanced plus 20%. Neat. You'd love to see it. Feels quite nice. Do you love to get Sepith? Oh! Who's it gonna be this time? Elliot and Fee. Neat. So Elliot's just unlocking all of his right now. Good for him.
Hostile spotted.
Oh,
Getting
look
good
at these
health
guys.
analytics. Here.
Wasn't expecting one so soon, but I guess they have to cover a lot of hairs. Probably want to handle the smaller guys first.
Analyzing enemy attack patterns.
I'll probably be able to find them elsewhere anyway, but you know.
Complete.
An arthropod monster with lethal venom. Its red color is to warn others to stay away from it. That is a normal animal thing.
Okay.
Ooh, girl. Yeah, we're gonna do this. You don't have it fully charged, but it's worth it to get rid of the little guys, I would think.
Here I go.
See you, Como. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the raid.
Filthy dance.
Don't do that.
Too slow.
Die.
Right. Analyzing enemy attack patterns. I've got it.
A giant red queen bee injects huge amounts of venom into foes, causing death without fail. Without fail. Okay, very cool. I love that. Ah, okay. You're weak to wind, primarily. Do we have any sources of that? What else? Water. Big time.
Focus activate.
See how good that does. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I'll handle it.
That's pretty bad, though. We're gonna have a little fun. Surprisingly little damage, considering I would expect him to be a bit weak in general. Are you... you resist most things. Most things, I say. Everything as far as statuses are concerned. Which is, not great.
Eliminating targets.
Not ideal at all.
Got it. I'll back you up. It's my turn.
You do have wind, but I kind of want you to heal the... Give her a regen. Ooh, can give both of us regen.
Everyone.
You'll love to see it.
My
Ugh.
focus activate.
Good thing that regen is really potent. You need the regen now, though.
My turn. Focus activate.
Awful.
This doesn't look too good.
You can say that again, buddy. This'll work out, though.
Okay. Focus activate.
Just keep it on going.
Try this.
It's not really helping him maintain, though,
I'll handle it.
which is a bit unfortunate.
Here I go.
Shoot.
What you got for yourself, buddy? It takes too long.
Listen to my
Yeah.
song of healing.
Just gonna do this.
Here I go.
Finish it off with a bang.
Filthy dance.
Literally. Easy.
Hostiles neutralized.
Nothing at all
Guess
to
we're
it.
safe.
Nice. I got them to level 3 with all their shit unlocked without even having to pair them together ever. Technically that battle did automatically, but you know what I mean. Not that I ever would not have checked out that area, but I'm glad I did. Get fucked.
Now's our chance. We can do this.
My turn.
My turn. Now's our chance.
Russian.
Right. Is everybody okay?
Nice.
Check that out.
What?
I think that's Corellia Fortress in the distance.
Ah, yeah.
Getting closer.
Slowly but surely.
Enemies ahead. We'll have to fight.
Okay.
Do I want to overdrive? Definitely. It's not really needed right now. I want her to charge up CP a bit, but we're in a little bit of a bad position, so just slightly though.
Second form. Get him!
You'll love to see it.
Now!
You're open.
You're done!
That's a bit better. Only one of them attacking before Elliot and Machias can get their moves in.
Right. Eat that! They're off balance.
I'll set you up.
Okay.
Oh, girl.
Here I go.
Their own counters are so consistent, and yet ours.
Let's keep moving.
The odds aren't too bad, but
I spy with my little eye the goods.
the goods. Obsessed with how she said that. I probably don't need to worry about Freeze right now. Death blows would be pretty bad on him. Look at this funny guy.
Now's our chance.
I'll handle it.
Scavenger Crow.
Let's move.
Neat. Okay.
It's my turn. Take this.
It's my turn. Analyzing enemy attack patterns. Analysis complete.
A strange kind of bird that lives underground. We aren't underground right now, but I guess. Spends much of its time scouring waterways for food.
I'll handle it.
Guess we're close enough. Girl, come on.
Let's move.
I'll handle it.
You can't miss this one.
Leave this to me. Hang in there, everyone.
Thanks.
You needed it.
Okay. Now.
Got you.
Okay. Now's our chance.
You're mine.
My turn. Okay, it's safe for now.
Boxes. Love to smash crates. Guess we're responsible like that. Or something. Okay. Just need to get a better picture of where we were. Ah, okay, there's the enemies we were fighting earlier.
Caught us off guard. Watch out.
Mad movement. Real bad. I get it though. They're all attacking us, it's bad, it sucks. Right, this disrupts our entire party as well. Or, like, our whole composition.
Try this. Fire.
It sucks.
My
Didn't
turn.
matter up until now, because we were all just... You know, we only had a party of 2 to 3. But now...
There.
Okay. Chime in darkness. Nocturne fill.
Extra ass bullshit. But I love it. Miss. It would have been so funny though.
Right.
You would deny me that?
They're off balance. Gotcha.
Thanks for that.
Here I go. I'm up.
So cool. Good job.
Leave this to me. Now's our chance. Gotcha.
I'm glad at least it, like, puts us back to normal afterwards, though.
Enemies ahead. We'll have to fight.
Okay. Eliminating targets.
Leave this to me. Let's move.
Heal up him. Probably should have used a craft. Use up his bar a little bit. But, you know. It's fine. Pretty potent. Don't succeed, thank you. Yikes.
My turn.
Going great so far for us.
I'm not done yet.
Craft time.
There.
Great. Very cool. Love that it got the counter on that. Alright.
Hang in there, everyone.
Elliot needs some healing as well.
Thanks.
I'll handle it.
Yeah, gotta be flash grenade.
Here.
Don't know what else could have. Don't know what else I thought would work. You have a res via. No, right. You do not. You have something that cures everything except for KO. On your feet. Thank you.
Okay.
What are you weak to? Not really anything in particular, but
Right.
hell yeah, though.
My turn.
Leave this to me. Let's move.
Rain,
My turn.
buddy. Oh, I forgot to link them again.
Right.
Here I go.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Nice. You love to see it. There's so much to keep track of here. Terra Shrine. Clearly I missed that passageway over there. Not where we're supposed to be going, but I'd like to find out what that is.
Stay on guard and don't get cocky.
As soon as I get through these guys. Minor things.
Here.
Right.
Nice. Fuck yeah, Fee, let's go.
Let's move. Leave this to me.
Now we got it.
Finish them all.
Okay.
Fuck these guys.
This is what we're really capable of.
Love that for you, buddy.
Wait. I've got it.
I didn't even get to see what that was. Blue Lullaby too? Okay, must just be an upgrade to one of these things. Sleep 60%. Is that? That probably wasn't that good earlier. Maybe a damage upgrade as well.
The heck's that?
Some kind of building?
Casual examination of whatever this is. Love the heck. I saved at apparently exactly the right moment. That's amazing. Huh? What's this? Such a dilapidated building. Do you know anything about it, Topal? No. Nope, sorry. In fact, I'm pretty sure this wasn't even here when I was last in the area. You're kidding, right? Whatever it is, I can sense something strange on the other side of the door. If I had to wager a guess, it's that the higher elements are in effect inside. They are? He just said he was guessing. Just like in the old schoolhouse. You know something, don't you? Well, I know there's no point in going inside right now. Although if you really want to, I won't stop you. It'd be a good chance to test your skills, if nothing else. Hmm? I'm not sure what you mean. If we are going to investigate, it'd be best to do it before resuming our trek to the fortress. Stay on guard once we're inside. Interesting. Optional dungeon. From the phrasing, it sounds like we would be going back here later at some point. Otherwise? But... oh yeah, this sure is very close to the old schoolhouse.
This place gives me the creeps.
It reminds me of the old schoolhouse.
No kidding.
Well, if you're gonna walk around, try not to get yourselves killed.
Being a little idealistic there, though, Celine. I think you could have just missed this entirely. It's cool playing a game that actually has, like, extra content on this level. You know, maybe this is required later on, but, like... color me surprised, it looks in much better condition on the inside than I was expecting. Yeah, I was right about the higher elements being in effect here, though. I take it from what you said before that there's danger inside, Celine. Who knows? What's that supposed to mean? But there are monsters inside, so we should be careful anyway. I think this is a pretty good point to call it good for the night. Because, this is an entire dungeon, and it's 6 AM. So, you know... I think perhaps maybe... we call that pretty good. We can explore that next time, and I hopefully remember to check out all the, like, the rest of that area that I hadn't before going over here. I probably will. Yeah, thanks for hanging out while I did some more Trails of Cold Steel. Always fun. And some interesting shit's happening, and we finally reunited with at least a couple of our friends. Pretty good shit. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be looking at the DLC to see if I can get the better outfits. Literally no other purpose. Just that. It's great that going into Cold Steel 2, they solved the problem with Milliam and they gave her like a decent outfit from what I've seen. But then just gave... They just passed the torch on to Fee. You know, maybe by Cold Steel 3, they'll give it to someone else who will at that point actually be an adult. Give it to Sarah, like, she deserves it. She would. It's in character. But who is online? Looks like Shroom's playing some Minecraft, so let's say hello. Yeah. The only other person I think we'd raid right now is Renee, who's doing Xenoblade Chronicles, but they're near the end of the game, so... depending on if y'all have even played Xenoblade, I sure haven't. I think perhaps not, even if that would be relatively close genre-wise. I personally would like to remain unspread. But yeah, Renee is also online. Renee Taylor. Having a fun ad that I have to watch before I find out if Shroom is still online. It looks like she's only been on for an hour. So, I'm gonna assume she's gonna be going for a little while. So, I'll start up that raid. Thank you for hanging out. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing some Mystery Dungeon again. And I'll see y'all around tomorrow then. Good time, so. Go say hi. Have a good time with some Minecraft.